Sean Marks. All Philadelphia, all day. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Yeah, it's still the voices you don't trust. Middays without Marks on this Thursday alongside Sean Brace. I'm Ray Dunn taking you through the show. Johnny's still down there in Disney. Sean,
yes,
good to see you again. How's the week been?
Great to be back. The week has been it's been a little bit of a struggle. Now, here's the thing, Ray. When you start talking about having kids there, you immediately split the audience. There's a lot of people that don't have kids, and they don't care about you. And then by the way, you take that audience, and it goes to male and female.
Right.
So, like, as a man's perspective with kids, my wife has gone away this week, so I am now in charge of my nine-month-old baby, Lane, who sleeps good, but he gets up normally.
9-month-old baby.
Yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I have a 6-year-old daughter. Oh, by the way, she turned 6 on Sunday.
Oh, happy early birthday.
So, and when the women hear this, with all love and respect, my wife is at the top of this list. They don't care. They no sympathy whatsoever. Oh, yeah? Oh, so you got the kids by yourself this week. Okay. Yeah. What do you think we do all the time? So, and they're right. And they're 100% right. But I'm going through it right now.
I see.
Do you see it in my eyes?
A little bit, yeah.
Does the YouTube chat see it in my eyes right now? I feel like I haven't slept in 2 days, but we're ready to go.
Are you ready to go?
I am. No,
right,
I am.
I'm glad.
I am.
24-ounce coffee helping there.
Yeah, I got the
energy
coffee.
drinks on tap.
Energy drink for noon. You're right about that.
Yeah, all right.
Some great topics to get into. And, oh, by the way, your Union Blue is firing me up, too, as well.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm headed down there today to do a little bit of work and, get a chance to catch the CONCACAF Cup second leg of games. They got Defense Force down there.
Defense Force.
Yes.
The mighty
Defense Force.
Which is a real name.
It's a real name. Yeah. No. I read it last week on the update for the first update, and I was like, I'm just going to stick with it's the CONCACAF Cup or whatever, first leg.
I believe in the 2030 World Cup, that's what Team USA will be known as. We'll move that away.
Defense Force?
Defense
Force. Got it.
America.
Well, it's good to see you, Sean. I'm glad you're surviving the week without the wife.
I'm here, baby.
We got Brandon Dutz, the best hair in radio, producing the program here today. Dutsy, how are you?
Hello, gentlemen. How are we today?
Dutsy.
Doing fantastic.
I wasn't sure who was Rome was in the producer's chair today. So great to see Dutz. Trish does a great job.
Yes. We had Rodman yesterday.
Rodman does a great job. We got some great guys and girls that step in and hold it down for you.
If there's one thing from yesterday's show I would recommend you go back and watch, we did Peloton instructor or process sixer with Amy Fadul and Sean Rodman. And I'll say, of the things I've done in radio, that might be a top 3 I'm most proud of. Interesting. Yes.
I will definitely. What time of day did you run that?
11:30.
All right.
The one thing that has made me think back to that is that a trade has come down in the NFL, and the Jets are sending defensive end Jermaine Johnson to the Titans for T'Vondre Sweat. Jermaine Johnson was one of the names. It was a Peloton instructor they both swore was a process sixer.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So there was a trade in the NFL. It's not the trade that we're going to talk about, though. We're talking once again about the looming decision around A.J. Brown, in case you haven't heard.
Okay.
Yeah, the Eagles have a decision to make about the future of A.J. Brown. It's been the talk of the Combine, so much so that a week ago, we all were like, yeah, he's back. He's gonna be back. He's A.J. Brown. Then he's good. He's a really good player. They love him. You're not in the business of parting from really good players. We're in the business of adding good players, all that good stuff. We're losing everyone. We have slowly lost just about everyone. Everyone on the beat has gone, you know what we told you last week? Forget that we told you that last week. We got down here to Indianapolis, and it's real. It is real, this conversation. Even Andrew DeCecco, our own Birds insider here at 97.5, The Fanatic, has jumped to the other side on this one. He was on with the morning show today. Let's take a listen real quick to what DeCecco had to say.
Yeah, it has. It's something that we've had these conversations where I've been on both sides of it. I've swayed based off information that you gather and you learn more about the situation. But being down here in Indianapolis where the entire NFL world is here, you're privy to different conversations and you have different perspectives. And I know that it's not what everybody wants to hear. A.J. Brown's a phenomenal player. The Eagles are a better football team with him on it. But it ultimately depends on what A.J. wants. Does A.J. want to be in Philadelphia? Can he make it work? And is he going to see the volume that he wants? Is he going to be in an offense that he believes best maximizes his ability where they can win football games, but he can also get his opportunities? And look, if the right team blows the Eagles away, I don't see a world in which they're going to hang up the phone.
So, DeCecco has moved to the direction of, he's gone. He's going to be traded. It's leaning more that way. Everyone's got to lean. Nobody's got the definitive, other than Brandley Gowton, who came on our airwaves a month ago and was like 0% chance. Then we had him back on, and he was like, yeah, I'm sticking with what I originally said. I just don't see this working out.
Credit to him for having that stance. And, oh, by the way, there was plenty of fodder that could have made you feel a little bit differently on the other way, because you know where I stand. I texted you. I came out one day on the show and said he's gone. And then the next day when he spoke out there on Micah Parsons' podcast, I said, all right, I guess I was wrong, boys. He's coming back. So I've been flip-flopping as well.
I'm just standing in front of the bulldozer. I've said it all along. They are trying to take away something I enjoy, and I'm the protester out there. No, please. I'm going to stop you. And you know what ends up happening? I get pushed out of the way. They end up bulldozing anyway.
You know, like Avatar. They eventually tore down the whole planet.
Yeah, exactly. And A.J. Brown eventually gets traded. I didn't watch Avatar. I'm like, no. Not a movie guy. Not a movie guy. Sure, it's a great movie.
It's an event, Ray.
Yeah, I'm sure it was an event. I remember that event happening.
3D.
Yeah,
they're
absolutely.
blue. They're gigantic blue people. How did that not interest you?
I don't know. I see a bunch
They
of
got ponytails. They hook up by their ponytails.
What is going on back there?
I hit
exactly. That's exactly my take on Avatar was that. Thank you, Harry. I appreciate it.
That's an OG cut right there. I just hit with my hand, but go ahead.
I haven't got my text from Harry today about tonight's Temple game. I'm a little worried. We talked yesterday about his Maxi MVP vet. He said in October, we're talking about nobody getting the 65-game threshold. Maybe.
Very interesting numbers as far as that is concerned. Yep.
But locking it back in on A.J. Brown.
Please.
Because Peter Schrager was on Get Up this morning.
This
you
was
sent
good.
This to me. This was interesting to hear about the process in which Sean Mannion got the OC job and as it pertains to A.J. Brown's future in Philadelphia.
And a lot of the talk was about A.J. Brown yesterday. And I'll tell you this. There is a difference in tone from the trade deadline when Howie Roseman said to everybody, absolutely, off the table, we're not trading A.J. Brown, to here in Indy where it seems like he's almost saying, well, I'll never just say no to listening to offers. You know, A.J. Brown's Twitter handle is always open. Well, Howie Roseman this time of the year is always listening.
Ooh.
That's his mantra. Offer me. What do you got?
That was good.
Truth of the matter is, it is cost prohibitive for them to trade him before June 1st. That's a $40 million dead cap hit. So there are financial barriers here for the A.J. Brown trade. And to Harry's point, Sean Mannion was one of 17 different offensive coordinator candidates who proposed their plan to the Eagles. 17. He was one of just 7 to make the second round. He showed them cut-ups of how his offense, which is play-action heavy, would work with the personnel that they have there in Philly. That includes A.J. Brown. Howie's always looking to make a deal. He's the best in the business when it comes to that. But he also likes to add, not subtract.
He likes to add, not subtract, but he mentioned the tone shift that has happened here. And I'd imagine if you're Sean Mannion, when you take this job, you're like, yeah, I'd prefer to have A.J. Brown to not. I'd rather not have to figure out how to replace that production. Oh, you give me a look here.
No, I'm in the back of my mind, I'm wondering, like, okay, we've all been in that position before where it's like, okay, you're thinking about taking this gig or getting this opportunity and you want to think about the positives immediately.
Right.
Is A.J. Brown at the top of that list? That's how dominant he is. Mm-hmm. He could be considered the best offensive player on the team. I guess Saquon could be 1 and then A.J. would be 1A. Right?
I think after last season, you probably drop A.J. to the 1A conversation.
What about Saquon?
Well, no, because it's Saquon.
Yeah.
Like, even after that season that Saquon has, you're like, all right, A.J. wasn't the focal point of this offense, but he's amongst the best receivers in football. Yeah. After last year, there's a step down just because you saw the production. Even if the reason why he didn't have the production that you wanted him to have was because of the offense and because of his effort level, those are both things that ultimately his effort level, if you stopped yourself from succeeding, that's a problem with you.
Yeah, either way you slice it, he is a part of the picture or one of the big reasons why I would love to take on the OC gig for the Philadelphia Eagles. No doubt about it.
So we go down this path, and ultimately we don't have any sort of answer on what's going to happen here. It feels like that we've moved in the direction where A.J. Brown's going to be traded, and I'm reading Tim McManus the other day as T-Mac put out the story. I think it was about the can't guarantee conversation where it was, the Eagles, Nick Sirianni can't guarantee, my favorite line of that whole thing. And you weren't here with us on Tuesday when all that was coming down. The fact that he's like, I can't guarantee whether I'll be the coach next year. I can't guarantee whether anything will happen beyond tomorrow. It's like, yeah, all right, Nick, we get it. You're not a philosopher right now, okay? I don't need another fertilizer speech. I just need you to answer the freaking question.
Well, he's not lying when he talks about himself. That's all.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to that coming up later because I saw the Twitter poll yesterday go up for Unfiltered, and I was like, oh, my gosh. I was like, thank goodness that's a gift of content for tomorrow. React to what Kyle Rulo had to say about that.
Can't wait.
But the end of the McManus story about this says Brown, 28, has arguably been the best receiver in Eagles history. Posted 2 1,400-yard seasons while helping the team to a pair of Super Bowl appearances in 4 years. He had 78 catches for 1,003 yards and 7 touchdowns last season. Simply put, are we about to watch them trade away the greatest receiver in Eagles history?
No. The greatest receiver was T.O.
Greatest
receiver in Eagles history was T.O. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, T.O. You take that one. I get it. We're talking about 1 year, right? And that's the ultimate flaw.
Uh-huh.
But if you make me rank the greatest receivers
in terms of talent, I'm taking T.O. every time.
There you go.
In terms of being an Eagle, no chance T.O. goes over A.J. Brown in my conversation.
It's the 1 year factor, and I'm not here to argue it, but you just think about all the expectations that were laid at his feet, and then he answered every single one of them. And then by the way, thrived past those expectations, no matter what anything was thrown his way. And then what he did in the Super Bowl on one leg, if you're to say to me, hey, I need you to give me the number one receiver in Philadelphia Eagles history, I go to you.
All right, well, you went a totally different route than where I was going.
Where am I supposed to go, D-Jack?
No, not going D-Jack. I thought you were going to take me through a history lesson here, and this is where I was going to open it up to to be educated a little bit on the Carmichael conversation of the world, because when you look at what he did compared to his peers, that was my morning today. Was
Sure.
like, how do you compare him to Harold Carmichael? I was not going to go with the 1 year wonder of T.O.
Oh,
here.
yeah, he's just a big 1 year wonder.
He was, when it gets down to it. He was fantastic for that one season. He was a revelation to what this organization's had wide receiver-wise.
The most physical, dominant wide receiver to ever put on this uniform.
He's the best wide receiver to ever wear an Eagles uniform.
Yes.
Doesn't mean he's the greatest.
Legendary stuff. 9 catches, 122. He had a broken leg, Ray.
He did.
Had a broken leg.
You're not going to get me to tear down Terrell Owens in that case, but we're talking about what wide receivers have done for this organization. For my money, you look at the 2 seasons AJ had to open up his career, back-to-back 1,400-yard seasons. He's got the single-season receiving record for this team. He's top 10. Took him 4 seasons to get top 10, and we've been talking the last 2 seasons about what this passing offense is. They had a 2,000-yard rusher, and the man ended up top 10 in receiving after 4 years. To me, I get where you're coming from with T.O. T.O.'s not the world in which I'm going in this conversation. In terms of my lifetime, the greatest Eagles receiver, not the most talented, because I agree with you in terms of T.O. I can't deny the talent. I can't deny that if T.O. had even the amount of time in Philadelphia that A.J. Brown has, we'd probably talk about him as the greatest. But that ended rather quickly.
Not sure who to blame on that one.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I didn't do sports talk radio back then. I think you did plenty of. I think everyone did plenty of shows on that back then.
That's a pretty easy one to nail down. But go ahead.
Well, then who we blaming right now with AJ?
Oh, it starts with AJ.
AJ doesn't believe in the direction. Doesn't believe in the. I'm just saying. I'm blaming AJ too, but
Doesn't it seem like more and more that AJ is just getting bored? He's won here. He's put up serious numbers. Look at the money that he's making, for crying out loud. And it's like, wait, this spot is not good enough for you? Why? It just seems like, you know what, man? This is how business works. When you are at that level, when you're talking about this type of talent, it just seems like it would be a little bit more fun to go play for my boy up there in New England, Vrabel, who was absolutely waxing poetic about the man.
Don't worry, we've got it.
And the husband and everything along those lines, which is great. They obviously have a connection. But it's just funny when you really break it down. What does A.J. Brown have to be miserable about in Philadelphia? Seriously. He's got an unbelievable quarterback, one of the most winningest runs in franchise history, if not the, right? Because of 3 Super Bowl appearances, 2 championships. You can't argue that. We're talking about a dynasty operation. You got Howie Roseman, which is considered the best GM in the league. You go down the list. What do you have to be miserable about? And A.J. Brown wants out. So, yes, that qualifies to me as him being miserable.
Wants out of what? I don't think, I believe him when he says he loves Philadelphia.
He wants out. He wants to go play somewhere else. He wants something new. He wants the
He wants something new.
He wants something new. That's what he wants.
And ultimately, I think where we were a week ago was convincing ourselves that something new was going to be this offense.
Could have been, but the quarterback is still the quarterback. The coach is still the coach. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't they just butt heads on the sideline? I don't think that it's all lovey-dovey there. Again, he's not the first player to operate like this, right? The first player of his stature. He's not the first wide receiver, heck, to even put it into that category, to be unhappy with a winning situation. Again, just take a look at the contracts, like the number that he is getting at the end of the year, and it's like, wait a minute. You have everything right here for you. You're playing in front of this fan base, which, by the way, is probably the craziest in the league. Good and bad, understood. Right. But you can't knock it when you're winning. This city is the best of the best in the league. We prove it every single year. I just look at it like this. He wants something new. Is he unhappy? No. He just wants to be that freshness effect again. That's
the freshness. And the last 2 seasons, I feel like I've done shows, I can't even count the number of times, talking about uneven passing games. I mean, for a wide receiver, your job, like he said earlier this season, and when he said it, people were like, oh, come on, this is all about him. He's not out there to block. Like, A.J. Brown's job is not out there to, he doesn't get fired up to block. He gets fired up making the first down catch. Like, that's what he's out there to do.
And then you watch like Puka, who's laying the lumber on people. Oh, by the way, putting up the same type of numbers that A.J. is. There's some.
And if you're in Puka's offense versus you're in A.J.'s offense, like, who are you believing more into designing offense, McVay or what the Eagles' brain trust has been?
No doubt.
The Eagles' brain trust has gone to Puka's offense.
I'm just talking about from the standpoint of, like, okay, this is what you're being asked to do. Go and block. Go out there and make that extra block. Be aggressive, even if the ball isn't coming your way. A.J. clearly had his moments where he was not. By the way, he clearly had his moments where he wasn't even catching the ball either.
He is at fault for a number of things. It's not to clear his name and clear him from any sort of blame. But when we're getting back into this conversation and where I open up the question here of is he the greatest receiver in Eagles history, this question will exist because of this, because of what we're going back and forth with right now, because A.J.'s ultimately going to be the one that cuts his time here short. A.J. Brown was probably a season away, 2 seasons away of the production that he's put up over these 4 seasons, if he just had numbers like he's had over his first 4 seasons, to putting this conversation to bed for good. That we would never be able to question again who the greatest receiver in Eagles history was. That we would be able to just, lock that up. And maybe, ultimately, his running mate, Devontae, would end up outlasting him in terms of career, and maybe it would end up becoming a debate again. But what we had in A.J. Brown over the last 4 years as the number one guy, as the guy that's taken the top attention from teams over the last 4 seasons, came here, set a receiving record, got them to a Super Bowl once as the lead receiver, won a Super Bowl with them as the lead receiver, was an All-Pro multiple times. He would be the greatest receiver in Eagles history. I don't think we would doubt it if we were just able to get all past this. And I don't think we'd be able to open up this question again. Really. In all seriousness, I don't think we'd be able to open up this question again. But I think right now, because of this situation, that's the only reason this conversation will continue to exist. And when we talk about him, ultimately, it's going to take a while before people have the heel turn the way they go back to, just like what you're at with T.O. right now.
Yeah.
There are people bitter about T.O. for a long time that'll finally come back to the other side of like, yeah, well, okay, that was a lot of fun. Like, that was, he is the most talented receiver I've ever watched.
It was incredible.
That wanted to rip him apart.
Yeah.
But now we have to wait. That time period has to wait here for A.J. Brown. It's incredible to watch.
Everybody will always bring up the first play from scrimmage in that preseason game against I believe against the Cincinnati Bengals, if I'm not mistaken. What's the play you'll be bringing up for A.J. Brown down the years to come? Like, oh yeah, that Super Bowl catch was pretty good.
Super Bowl catch.
Loss,
yeah,
that was incredible. Where he just
Super
cut it back.
57. I keep bringing up this play that maybe it's just because it sticks in my brain and it sticks in Owen's brain. It's 14-12 against the Commanders on 4th down in the NFC Championship game this season. They win the Super Bowl. They go for it on 4th. They throw it to him down the left sideline. He ends up making the catch along the sideline.
Yep.
And to me, that was like, okay, they kept the ball moving, and then they just go blow them out. And they don't play really a close game again. Like, that was like, all right, you convert that play, now you're rolling. But that is a more in-the-weeds play that only maybe sticks out in my mind because I was doing post-game at that point.
I love those in-the-weed moments because you know what makes me think more than ever when we start talking about those type of plays is the spot-on pass that Jalen Hurts has thrown time and time again. Putting that ball as far as in the breadbasket, in stride. How many times has he hooked up with A.J. Brown over the years like that? So that's going to be tough to replace. I know everyone wants to put Devontae Smith in that one wide receiver, and I know he could fill in, and he could probably be that guy, but I don't think he'll ever reach the level that A.J. Brown as far as physical, as far as, just stature, going up and grabbing it. Devontae's unbelievable. He's right there with them. But A.J., to me, is just a notch above.
All right. So I'm just curious for people.
With T.O. above him, though.
If this is the end, yeah, you lose me with that. If this is the end, if this is truly the end, we get 4 years of A.J. Brown, this is what it's been. Is he the greatest receiver in Eagles history? 610-632-0975. I want to hear from people on that.
Do you like the Doors? Jim Morrison?
Yeah, I mean, I know who the Doors are. I'm not going to tell you.
This is the end. My only friend.
We'll come back with it.
Yes, there you go. Nice.
But yeah, I want to hear from people on that. And I want to get one person that was there, that watched it, that wants to educate the two, young guys on what Harold Carmichael was. And, I'd love to get that one person's perspective.
All-time leading receiver, a little over 8,900 yards, 79 touchdowns. Pretty good.
Right. A lot of 14-game seasons in there.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Good point.
I also looked at one of the seasons for him this morning, and I now believe that generationally we've been cursed with the run the ball, because there was a season in which the Eagles had a losing record, and they had 3 of the top 10 receivers in the league in terms of receptions. It's like, yeah, that's why everyone wants to run the ball, because they watched that. That's why we had that just burned into our brain for years.
I saw something the other day of Herm Edwards from 1979. Mm-hmm. Herm?
Yeah.
Incredible. There was no shock of him being a media personality.
Yeah.
He was having some fun because the Eagles started turning around. He's like, everybody always wanted to play Philadelphia because they come in here and beat us. Not anymore. And you're just like, oh, okay. Yeah, they saw the writing on the wall with him.
Yeah.
He's not a franchise quarterback, though.
We need to get him back on. That'll be a work for
Herm's
coming
the
up soon.
best.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yep.
Love having Herm on. All right. We will do one more of our obligatory A.J. Brown update segment coming up next with Howie Roseman talking about him.
Only one?
Well, one more.
Yeah.
Well, it's our obligatory segment. Okay. We opened up today. I wanted to open up away from the A.J. Brown trade, but of course we walked right into the A.J. Brown conversation as we were trying to have that, because I wanted to do more on him as a player and looking back at the Eagles' career.
Nothing bigger than the NFL, and this is the biggest story in the NFL.
Right.
True or false?
True.
Okay.
No, this is what, ESPN's dedicating hours and hours to it. Down at the Combine, it's the trade that everyone's talking about.
That and Kyler Murray right now.
Yeah, and I really care about the Cardinals.
He was forcing his way out.
That's what I mean. But
I like quarterbacks, though, man. I'm not going to lie.
All right. Coming up, we're not getting into Kyler Murray. We'll continue on A.J. Brown. And later on this hour, Billy C.
Hell yeah.
What the hell are you doing yesterday? Well, we're going to talk about Sirriani at the end of this hour and the take that I heard from Billy C. Because, man, I knew it was coming. He said it. And I'm going to love it. Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays Marks at 97.5, The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The NFL Combine begins. I'm Brandon Dutz, and the Combine drills start today with linebackers and defensive tackles starting things off. Sticking with the linebackers, Dave Zangaro of NBC Sports Philadelphia joined Unfiltered yesterday to share his thoughts on Nakobe Dean returning.
You already paid Zach Baum, and then you use a first-round pick on Jihad Campbell. It's just really hard to envision them putting more resources into that position. I think Nakobe's going to get a nice little payday, and he's going to go elsewhere.
Flyers lost 3-1 to the Capitals in their first game back from the break and are back tonight against the New York Rangers. You can catch that game on our sister station, WMMR. Sixers return home to take on the Miami Heat tonight after blowing out the Pacers on Tuesday. Joel Embiid is probable, and you can listen to the game right here on The Fanatic with pregame coverage starting at 6 o'clock. Phillies got their first win of the spring yesterday against the Detroit Tigers and will play the Nationals later this afternoon with Taijuan Walker on the mound. This support is sponsored by TireRack.com. Rain or shine, drive with confidence on Vredestein tires from Tire Rack. Vredestein tires deliver precision handling, dependable traction, and quiet comfort. Shipped fast and free with 2 years of free road hazard protection. TireRack.com. I'm Brandon Dutz on the home of the 76ers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
the end. My only friend. It's a remix.
It's a remix, yeah. The Brace mix. DJ Brace.
I loved the Doors growing up. He was a huge Jim Morrison. I mean, it shouldn't shock people. He's a maniac frontman.
Right.
But we all went through those stages. Beatles, The Dead for me, which I've never grown out of. Did you go through a stage as a youngin'? Did you listen to the Beatles? Did you listen to Zeppelin?
I didn't listen. I listened to like what my parents listened to. Like 80s on 8 was kind of like whatever the 80s hits of the time were like on in the car. Like
strong.
Once we got XM, 80s on 8 was if both my parents are in the car, they're like, oh man, this song, and then you know I get the story. Yeah, like
yes.
you know, for my mom, this in New Milford, New Jersey, the year is 1986.
Let's go.
And, like, my dad, oh, you're not gonna believe down at the Vet or down at the Spectrum, like they were performing this, that, the other. Yeah, so that would be my experience there. I went through a Beatles phase because I actually took a class on the Beatles in college.
Get out.
Yes, they had a
pretty
Beatles
cool.
class at Temple.
How many credits you get for that?
3.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay.
I kind of got to a point. I could have graduated in 3, just because I came in with credits and the whole thing, and I got to a point where I was like, I could either really put pedal to the metal, get out of here in 3, and then I did college in 3 years, or I could just start like
Look at you.
taking interest in classes and forcing myself to take a 4th year.
Yeah.
Because
a 4th year.
well, I didn't want my experience to be shortened, and especially my 2nd year was the pandemic.
Dude, how smart are you?
Sometimes I ask myself that because there was a time in my life where I was considered smart, and I've now been in sports talk radio for a couple of years, and I have not been considered smart in that time.
Bring it back down to the level here, over here, all right? Yes. Ooh-la-dee, ooh-la-da, life goes on. All right, the Beatles. I'll have some Beatles trivia, see if you can go back.
Oh, all right. I like that. We're going to do blind trivia coming up later on.
I think Pierre Robert, rest in peace, used to do Beatles trivia. if I'm not
Beatles
mistaken.
trivia?
Yeah, that sounds about right. He's a big Beatles guy.
Checks out. We got blind trivia coming up in the next hour. We got a pair of Sixers tickets to give away.
Blind trivia
Blind
for
trivia.
Sixers tickets. Sixers back in action tonight. Take it on the Heat.
Yeah.
Some are saying this is a big game.
It's a big one. Big one down at the X.
All right.
But we're going to continue with the big story in town, A.J. Brown.
I love it.
And I know on the text line we got someone chiming in on the greatest Eagles receiver conversation. Is A.J. Brown the greatest Eagles receiver? What do we got on the text line?
Well, actually, they're more mad at you for bringing up the trade conversations again.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Yep. So it says, can you read A.J. Brown's mind? How do you know he wants out? Has he told you he wants out? I am so tired of Philly media creating popcorn offseason headlines about A.J. Brown. If he does get traded, I'm blaming the media for booing him out of town. Don't act like the Eagles would be better without him.
Never acted like they were better without him. Have actually said that I would prefer he stays here. But I've followed the line of about 1,000 reporters who have reported on this before. And if you think the media is just creating something over A.J. Brown, you haven't been paying attention to him talking about the offense the last couple of years.
Yeah, there's a lot of that out there, and I can't argue. Ultimately, we know how this works. He's not the first guy of that type of level to as well at this position, nonetheless, to force his way out. So it's just more par for the course. But I get it. It's not something that we want. And I'm right there with the commentator as far as I don't want to see the Eagles without A.J. Brown, especially with the new OC next year. No, I'd rather have A.J. Brown back in the mix.
Yeah, of course. And anyone that doesn't want it back, I think you're too in your feelings, to be honest with you. Like, I think you're too in your feelings about the way everything happened with him this year. Do I love the way he acted this year? Of course not. But do I want to be Devontae Smith and who?
Yeah.
Like, I have enough things I got to figure out. I got every draft analyst like, all right, we're breaking down offensive linemen this year for sure. We got to figure out who they're going to have to break down the backup.
Which, by the way, a lot of teams are in the need for offensive line help. So that would not be a good thing. This is a huge deal that they're all coming back, including Landon Dickerson took to Instagram this morning, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I didn't see this.
Yeah, I thought I saw John Clark pump it out there that, not officially a return, but did post pictures of him running out of tunnel XYZ. Whatever. Put that to the side. It is intriguing what you just said, though, Ray, about A.J. Brown. Like, make the case. You said, okay, if there are people out there that are just, it's time to move off of him and trade him, they're in their feelings, right? Like, that's all you have. Make the case on moving A.J. Brown. Again, you don't know what the return is. That's one. Of course, we know what the ramifications are with the salary cap, all that, the dead money, understood. But, like, even, make the case out there for somebody that it feels like it's really X's and O's or, this is the time to move off of somebody, sell high, buy low type deal, I don't think that you can do that right with A.J. Brown here.
No, I don't. Sell high to me is this is a guy on a team that's going nowhere. If you don't believe this team's going anywhere, all right, I guess then maybe that's the case you're making. But I don't think that looking at this offense, you could tell me when they're going to lose Goddard, when we don't know what exactly it's going to look like coming up next season in terms of the way this offense is structured. You can't tell me an offensive coordinator coming in here with one less weapon is in a better place to make this offense a success than it was coming back this year. Offense is going to be better baseline because they have a slow bar to really hurdle. But I don't think you can look at the ceiling of this team and tell me the ceiling of the Philadelphia Eagles is better without the talent of A.J. Brown. Could they figure out a way to win without him?
Sure.
Maybe, yeah. There's a way in which that happens.
Yeah.
Would I rather them figure it out with more talent? Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that cutting bait, also, I don't think taking a dead cap hit in a year that you see as make or break for your head coach and your quarterback is probably a good idea. I just don't. I don't think that financially it makes a lot of sense for you this year. I'd rather you be able to put pieces around them to try and see if you can run back after this. If we're operating on the whole, well, every other year is a lot of fun. We had Earnshaw in here. It was a couple weeks ago. He made the whole 2010s Giants comparison where it's like, yeah, every other year they're going to win. Well, hey, if every other year they're going to win, then don't get rid of one of your best players. And I get it. If people don't like the way he's acting, that's your prerogative. That's your prerogative. You don't like the way he reacted to something. I could tell you, I don't love the fact that, and I've now said it too many times, so the joke's lost on me too. I don't love the fact that I learned who Janky Rondo was.
Yep.
I don't love the fact that I was trying to figure out where exactly the next cryptic thing was going to come out from him. But ultimately, the guy has a point. The offense wasn't good enough. He's the guy that wants this off, and he wants his numbers for sure, and he wants to be a focal point of this offense. But the question is, why wouldn't you want A.J. Brown to be a focal point of your offense?
I love the fact that everybody continues. All these outlets are throwing out, these trade deals. And here are 9 teams that this makes sense for. Here are 4 teams. I can make the case for every team in the NFL. I know John and I argued a little bit about the Cleveland Browns. And I'm like, I don't care. Name the team. I can make the case that A.J. Brown helps them, right? There's no ifs, ands, buts about that. Yeah, write the article about every team for A.J. Brown.
And I'm going to give one here to the crowd that's upset with all of us about the way A.J. Brown's perceived, because Howie Roseman was on with Mike Florio and talked about just what exactly the perception is inside that building versus outside that building.
I think that sometimes what's going on outside isn't the same we feel internally. And so I think like AJ is a fearless competitor who loves to play, who loves to win. And when people ask him something, he just tells them what he views as what's going on. And, he's done that before in years that we've won championships, and or gone to the Super Bowl. And so everything for him comes in terms of trying for us to get better, trying to improve, seeing things that we could improve. So someone asks him the question, and he's honest, and all of us who have relationships with AJ in the building, and all of us do have relationships with AJ, see a guy who cares about his teammates. He's a captain. He's been a captain. He's not elected by me. He's not elected by Nick. He's elected by his teammates. And that speaks to the kind of leadership that he has and the work ethic that he has.
Well said.
And there's 2 sides to that. One, I believe there's truth to it, considering everyone in that locker room seems to have considerably good things to say about A.J. Brown. 2, that's a wonderful thing to say if you're about to deal someone. Both in that case,
yes,
are there. He is both giving you the case of why guys in that locker room like him, and also giving you the reason why, if you're a team listening to him talk about A.J. Brown, you'd offer him a little bit more than what you were going to offer him before. So there's your obligatory A.J. Brown update from the Combine. That is Howie Roseman talking about A.J. Brown with Mike Florio. Coming up.
As far as the Vrabel comments, everything that came out of Indy, I would put that at number 1.
Well, yeah.
More than anything. Because, wow, what he had to say about A.J. as far as the father, all that. That's a next step. And, oh, by the way, think about how many times these coaches or general managers answered that question. He didn't, stiff arm it. He said, oh, no, let me tell you about this and what I do know about him. The husband, the father. I'm so proud of him. Thought that was very interesting.
And we could get that for people coming up in the show. I know we read it off yesterday when McLean tweeted it out, but we get that for you guys as well. I do want to get to, because I nearly said Nick Sirriani there, because I'm just burning up to talk about the job security conversation that was had yesterday on Unfiltered. Billy C. found a way to deliver you a midweek Sirriani topic and was ready to get you the job safety. It's there. He's got it. Does he? Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic.
The Fanatic.
back in Middays with Marks. Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn.
Who requested this song? Like, when this gets put into the rotator.
There was a list of songs that, off the rip, Johnny wanted.
What is this? Who is this? Dutsy, you got a name for me?
Honey Bucket by Melvins?
No idea.
I have no idea what this is.
This is a part of one of the songs that were requested off the jump.
Surprising. There's definitely a reason. And if I had to guess, it had to be like a return of like one of a show that he liked back in the day.
I think?
That's my Johnny listening to this.
I'm still confused on what exactly his music taste is.
He's a Rage guy. I know he loves Rage Against the Machine. Loved them. He's old school Public Enemy, early 90s, late 80s hip hop, Eric B. Rakim, that style. And that's about it.
Well, the reggae stuff, he does, and an island.
Yeah,
like
all right, so that's a new flavor. That's a new category to John Marks that was not around when we rocked together from 11 to 15. That he was not into the reggae to a point. I know we all had our likes for Sublime and that vibe, but I don't remember him being a big reggae. Boom, bop, 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 bop. No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure where it all comes from.
Yeah,
that's also part of the back and forth we've had over the music coming back from break. It's like,
okay,
I have yet to figure out his style. I figured out more of the content that he focuses on, what makes his mind tick, which is good.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I'm sure if the PD's listening, he'll appreciate that part of this. But in terms of figuring out what his music taste is, I'm always about a step behind on where he's at.
See, I like to be the aggressive producer. So when I was behind the glass for many years right here, Ray, I would always try and find a way, not every break, but at least find a way to get my thoughts, my vibe into that show, whether it was Miss or whatever show I was producing. And that's what I like. I like once in a while to say, okay, like you guys were just talking about X. Well, let me play this, have vibes with that. So,
since you came in here and crushed the rotator's use, I've become that.
You have been. You've been killing it. Nice work.
That's been my way of weaving in the conversation.
The rotator. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, as a producer, it's like, all right, well, there's a whole run of songs here that the host likes. Why bother changing it?
That's true, too, yeah. But at the same time, we have a program director, and he's got, his way, get right to it, understood. But I do think that, there needs to be every once in a while a breath for some fun, and especially when you come back from break, that's the spot to do it. I like that.
Like this, where we're being incredibly meta here.
Well,
we're breaking down radio on radio.
It is inside baseball, you're right.
Yeah, well, it's fine.
Producer to producer.
Right,
yeah.
Which inside radio, sometimes we have some beefs between shows, and I wouldn't call this a beef. I would simply just say that contractually, I'm obligated to see him because our shows go next to one another.
Ricky Bo is tough to see I understand.
That's not the guy I'm talking about.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
No.
Yeah, I knew that. My bad. I didn't mean that.
There's a reason why Colorillo didn't show up to the hotel. That's all I'm going to say. All right? Yeah. It's not that it's bad, but it's like it's one of those things that's like, all right, we're going through one of those periods where it's like I can't really see more of you. All right, I can't really talk to more of you. Right?
He's a team guy, but I was wondering where he was because that was really a big night for the team.
Well, you know what he did. He did what he always does, and the kids, man.
Oh,
you try and make plans with that guy, forget it. The kids, man.
He's a big golfer, I hear.
All right, yeah, you get him out on a golf course with him working 2 to 6.
Oh, okay. I thought he was. I thought he did golf.
He likes to golf, but don't worry, he'll let you know this summer. Yeah, I used to golf a lot. That time between getting out of law and getting into radio, I golfed all the time. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Because everybody has that experience of getting out of law and just golfing.
Yes.
I remember that one for me.
His life is definitely interesting.
He's had a run.
Yep.
And part of his run here in radio is being the Sirriani guy. So yesterday, he takes all the information that's come out from the Combine and the meetings with the journalists here locally before they go to the Combine. And he's like, you know what? Sirianni's been empowered. And I will say, to an extent, I did see where Sirriani was empowered. I feel like the big bet Sirriani made was going to them and being like, hey, we need a merry run pass with this new offensive coordinator, and I think part of that means that we can't do things the way we have in the running game before, a la Jeff Stoutland, because that's something they already realized in season last year. And I think he was the one of Roseman and Sirianni that was like, I don't know if Stoutland fits exactly where we're going with this right now. Now, to that point, while I see power for Sirianni, I don't see to the extent in which Billy C takes it. So here is Colarulo yesterday talking about the job security of one Nick Sirianni.
The fact that they allowed Nick Sirianni to have this much control over the process, I don't think he's going anywhere. Now, I don't think that's a bad thing. You look at Nick Sirianni's career as a head coach. We've done this before. I really don't understand what people are saying that Sirianni is on the hot seat and he might lose his job. It would have to be an absolute epic disaster of a season next year. I'm talking 4-13, players revolting, complete chaos on the sidelines, complete chaos behind the scenes. That's the only way Sirianni's losing his job.
All right, go ahead. You were shaking your head.
Yeah,
you could take the first swing at this.
No, because it starts and ends with this quote by Howie Roseman, Bill. And I mean this with all love and respect because he is our coworker. But I got to come at
coworker. He's a coworker, yes.
Got to come at. What else is he?
He's coworker.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's
And friend.
In the language of my contract, it says dealing with my coworker, Bill.
The quote from Howie Roseman is simply, if it doesn't end with confetti falling on our heads, I don't feel like it's good enough. Close quote. And that's the facts. There it is. So I'm sorry the bar is that high, but if it does not end with a Super Bowl championship or getting to a Super Bowl, and we could even bring it down. Obviously, the field test comes to play as far as an NFC championship game, whatever it may be. But if you don't reach that potential, I could see a world in how Nick Sirianni is out. No doubt about it. I get it. There is a case to be made, Ray. The fact that a coordinator was fired and he's still here. The tone setter, the culture. We know the bullet points. But it comes down to this. Howie Roseman is being discussed as the best at his position. He has put together a roster that some are saying going into last year was a super team. And what did they do? They were eliminated in a wild card game at home. That's not good enough. So, yeah, you could sit there and say the 4-12, whatever it may be, 4-13. I disagree. A wild card loss at home, he could very well be done. And rightfully so.
If it looks as inconsistent as it did this year, yeah, for sure. And if, here's the thing. They could set him up to be Mr. Powerful and say, oh, he was the point man on this search. You know what happens when you are dubbed as point man on the search? If the search doesn't work, guess whose fault that is?
That's true. Yep.
This is set up where Sirianni, if this doesn't go well, if he doesn't get them further than a season ago, if they don't, if he wins 3 straight NFC East and they lose in the wild card round again, I don't know.
I'll pin you down right now.
Yeah.
9-8.
Oh, he gone.
He's gone. 9-8. Gone.
9-8. They're a wild card team.
With 9-8 without the playoff nonsense. Because then we get into the minutia. What if they win 2 games?
Well, yeah, if they win 2 playoff games, get to an NFC championship game, it's going to be like, all right.
9-8, he's gone, Bill. He's gone.
Yeah.
And rightfully so.
Yeah, they were thinking about getting rid of him, bye week, Super Bowl year. They were thinking about getting rid of him after 2023. After this year, I'm sure they weren't going to get rid of him because he did win a Super Bowl within the last calendar year. But I can't tell you that a lot of people around here sat here and felt comfortable with where they're at.
You talk about the teams that have been on this run before, right? You can look at the Patriots, and we know everything that comes with Bill Belichick. Well, he was considered one of the greatest defensive minds ever. Andy Reid. We know what's been said about Andy, especially out there in Kansas City with Mahomes. None of that's being said about Nick Sirianni.
It is. Just by our boy.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Our boy's saying
it. Keep grasping.
9-8.
Out. See ya.
All right. I want to get to some Phillies conversation because it is spring training. We're having a wonderful time watching baseball out there. You know who had a great time watching baseball yesterday? Tom McCarthy. Just out there in the outfield. Did you see this?
I did.
Yeah, awesome.
He's earned it.
Good for him.
Yep.
That's got to be peak. You're going to spend your days grinding through baseball season every single day. Plus, on top of that, you're going to have coming up March Madness. You're going to end up being on CBS calls by the end of September. Yeah. His schedule, he is right now staring down the barrel of the busy season. Honestly, I think every season's busy for him because he does so much college basketball. So he's getting a chance to enjoy one day. That was nice. Speaking of joy.
It's a great gig he's got. He's earned every bit of it.
Absolutely.
I'm sure that bank account looks nice, too.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's not too bad. Bryce Harper was on MLB Network. They're doing their 30 clubs in 30 days. And I think it's an interesting clip of what he says about enjoying baseball, coming off of the Matt Gelb story 2 days ago that came out in The Athletic. We'll play it for you, react to it. We'll give Sean an opportunity to react to kind of where he thinks Bryce Harper is at after that Matt Gelb story from earlier in the week. That's coming up next here on Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Combine week rolls on. I'm Brandon Dutz, and the NFL Combine continues with drills starting today for linebackers and defensive tackles. After a disappointing end to the season, Howie Roseman will be hard at work as he will look to add a lot of young talent in the upcoming draft. We'll keep you updated with any news that pertains to the Birds down in Indianapolis. After blowing out the Pacers on Tuesday, the Philadelphia 76ers return home against the Miami Heat tonight with tip-off set for 7 o'clock. Joel Embiid is listed as probable, and you can listen to the game right here on The Fanatic with pregame coverage starting at 6 o'clock. Flyers fell to the Capitals 3-1 and will look to bounce back tonight against the New York Rangers. You can listen to that game on our sister station, WMMR. Phillies took down the Tigers yesterday in their first win of spring training, and the Union square off tonight with Defense Force in their second leg of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. This report is sponsored by TireRack.com. Rain or shine, drive with confidence on Vredestein Tires Tire Rack. Vredestein Tires deliver precision handling, dependable traction, and quiet comfort. Shipped fast and free with 2 years of free road hazard and protection. TireRack.com. I'm Brandon Dutz on the home of the 76ers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
We go from Honey Bucket to this, and it's like, how am I supposed to navigate your music taste?
Oh, it's John Marks.
I get it. Yeah. Just saying.
He's a different cat, different bird, as they say. He's down there in Florida flying, baby. He posted a Bet Parks play of the day.
Yeah, no, he's still grinding down there.
Grinding. Yeah, that's grinding, all right.
Right.
Let me do a 90-second video from the balcony.
Well, you might argue that Disney itself is tougher than this.
There are times that you're going through it now, and he deals with it a little bit more than me. He's got one more. Well, heck, I only had one.
Right.
And that was easy. All right. She was in the stroller the whole time.
Okay.
That's a tough deal down there. And God bless you people that love Disney like that you go year after year. First of all, I don't know how you have money to do that. That's one.
Yep. That's one.
And then patience, number two.
Yeah. Well, I feel like if you love it year after year, you've got your spots. It becomes a little bit easier. I feel like going to Disney, if you do it every year, might make it easier for you because you know exactly what you need, want, / have to do.
Yeah.
And in that case, from that perspective, you also probably are going if we're talking Disney adult here, you're probably only taking care of yourself and whoever you're with instead of taking the family and trying to figure out Disney in that way. Like, that's the difficult part of this whole thing.
I just thought about something the other day when we were talking about the Disney deal. You're constantly on your phone.
Right.
You're going around the park, and the way you can either there's multiple things you can buy. Fast track this, fast track that. And the one you got to set it up where you're going to go by this part of the park at a certain time. So this way you're by this right. You're constantly on your phone.
Right.
That's not fun.
No, but it's. We're constantly grinding over here, on the phone.
Always.
Yeah.
Got to find that new A.J. Brown tidbit.
Right.
Yeah.
I in the last.
What did Vrabel say?
Last 5 minutes, I've gotten like 3 or 4 tweet notifications just about random stuff going on. I saw there was a new AI image from If Bayless of me smoking a dart walking down Broad Street.
If Bayless don't miss.
No, he doesn't miss. He does not miss. I want to get to some Phillies conversation. I'm done running A.J. Brown out of town for the day. The guy that I have started the conversation about him being the greatest wide receiver in Eagles history that I don't want to see traded.
That's two.
Right.
What else do you have?
Yeah, no.
New offensive coordinator would rather have A.J. Brown.
Correct.
Yes. Sean Mannion, when he took the gig, drew up plays, a matter of fact, with A.J. Brown out there.
Yeah, yes.
But no, we're running him out of town.
Correct. Yes. The takeaway from the first hour, a guy that I think, if he had stayed here, would have entered the conversation forever about the best receiver in Eagles history. Also, I don't want to trade, and also think that the offensive coordinator should take the job because you have A.J. Brown in the back of your mind. All those reasons why I'm actually buying the plane ticket. And not even the plane ticket. I'm buying him an Uber. He doesn't even deserve to get on a plane up to New England. He should take an Uber up to New England. That's what it is.
Those YouTube chatters, they don't mean it, right?
Yeah, not even just YouTube chat. Text line.
The text line.
We're running him out of town. It's on the media. All right. So Bryce Harper. Since this is the next star, we're going to run out of town. 10 o'clock hour ran A.J. Brown out of town. Now we're going to run Bryce Harper out of a 13-year contract. Harper was on with MLB Network, and they're doing their 30 clubs in 30 days. And they're talking to everyone. They did a little bit with Luzardo. They did a little bit with Kyle Schwarber. I think that they went into the cage with Kyle Schwarber, which was a nice, cool video. Like, hey, what
Saw
works
that.
for you?
Very cool.
Harper, they ask him, hey, you're 15. What's the deal at this point? What's different about Bryce Harper 15 years ago to Bryce Harper now? And he talks a lot, again, back into his enjoyment of the game.
No, I still have that same love for the game and obviously that same demeanor to be great at everything that I want to do. But where he went right, I'm going left a little bit, or where he went left, I'm going right, So just, trying to enjoy the game still, have fun. It goes quick. I can't believe it's my 15th season. That's insane. So definitely it goes quick. So I just want to enjoy it as much as I can, for how long I play.
Yeah. That's amazing, 15 years.
Oh, yeah.
The article was really good by Matt Gelb. Got to give him credit on that one. And he did speak about the fact that when he was in 2009, before he was heading to junior college, and, of course, he already was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, he was like, yeah, this is my last hurrah in high school, and I want to be a kid still. And it's like, no, that kind of left the barn there probably 5 years before that. And that's when you're chosen one, right?
Right. That last Team USA run probably is the last time he felt like he was innocent before it all went to it has to be professional. I have to do everything.
I don't know.
You're leaving high school that early, like you're clearly the chosen one.
Yeah.
Maybe it just didn't sink into you yet. Everyone else said that.
Yeah, and I think his family led the charge on that, mainly his father, if I'm not mistaken. But, again, when you're that good at that age playing the game like that, there's no doubt in my mind that he was all for it, But it is a very introspective article that Gail put together with Harper. And I think that everybody should get out there and read it. And good clip right there as well.
So after reading it, my immediate takeaway was I believe Bryce Harper, for the first time, is going through the idea of his baseball mortality. Of like,
interesting.
Wow, I'm more than halfway into a contract that I signed for 13 years. We are 13 years signed up for one another, and I'm more than halfway through that. And at this point, I would imagine both Bryce Harper and the Phillies probably thought that they would have had parade plans. Like, when you sign him, you bring Bryce Harper in, you think you're going to turn that corner, you think that you're going to be able to build a winner, and they were close. They had a 2-1 series lead. I walked out of Game 3 at Citizens Bank Park back in 2022 like, my goodness, it's going to be a real shame when I have to run the board for that parade they're going to have because I'm not going to be able to go, but I'm going to be really thrilled for everyone else. And I walked out there thinking that, and I think the Phillies have thought that they were going to get it done. I remember being there at 2023 Game 7 against Diamondbacks, walking out there like, I can't believe they just blew this shot, and I really hope this isn't the best shot that they got. And then we know what the last 2 seasons have been. And I think Bryce Harper is kind of weighing that mentally while also realizing he didn't have the season that he wanted to have last season. He has been battered by injuries over the last couple of years, where it's not serious ones, but it's ones that have clearly been a nuisance to him out there on the field. And he kind of has maybe looked into the mirror or even just looked into the future and seen like, wow, maybe there is a doubt that Bryce Harper is Bryce Harper at this point. Because the more he talks about, I don't get motivated by this, I don't, jump into this, I don't jump out of it. It's not motivation for him. I don't think it's motivation at this point. I think it's more, all right, you pointed out something to me I was already thinking. Shut up. Let me deal with this. Let me go through this. I don't need you reminding me that maybe I am getting older, and maybe I have been through some injuries, and maybe I didn't have the elite season. But I'm trying to figure out how I get back to that level, and I don't need you pointing that out to people and challenging me to do that.
Yeah, you're right. And that is a very intriguing thought that you came with. And I think that it could potentially be fact because, like I said, Harper's been doing it for that long. And, of course, this is the first time in his career he's ever been considered not elite, right? Like, this is the first time that you can get away with saying that, in my opinion. So to hear it at that point in time, especially when the season just wrapped up, that probably was not good for Bryce Harper's mental. But at the end of the day, isn't it fresh? Isn't it new? You get down there, new ball club, everything just changes. And as long as, I don't get caught up in the analytics, but swing speed, bat speed, all that, as long as that's not dipping, and these guys see that day to day, they know exactly what's going on as far as those numbers are concerned. As long as those aren't dipping, I don't think that is even creeping into his mind that this could be the end. This is the time, like Father Time is catching up. Right now, I believe Bryce Harper's mind works like this. He wants postseason success, but we know we got to get there, number one. Number 2 is Hall of Fame. Yeah, he's a lock for the Hall of Fame, but he's got to keep it going. He doesn't want to be a guy limping into Cooperstown by no means. So I think that that's probably playing into his mind. But all in all, he's playing a game that he loves, enjoys it, shows up at the ballpark after day. Like, he's still got the youthful exuberism, right? He's still got the smile on his face. And he's playing for bigger things at this point in time. But it is intriguing when you put that out there because I did not come away from that article thinking that, okay, he's going to turn into his own worst enemy at this point in time.
Well, he says in that article he's not trusting his instincts anymore. He's not trying to walk anymore. He says he's going through a year and a half here where he hasn't trusted his instincts. And you look at that year and a half, and that year and a half is quite similar to just the last year. I mean, because it's only a half more of a season, and he did have a nice run there. I believe it was September of 24, but there was a time there we're looking at like, hey, what is he going to be? I think that right now he has become a little bit of his own worst enemy.
Well, you know what would go really well for Bryce Harper? A big WBC.
Yeah, an iconic moment for Team USA?
Woo!
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go, baby. Red, white, and blue. I'm still waiting for my DH gate, just to let you know. That was ordered 2 months ago.
It will be here.
It's at Customs. You think I'm paying $400 for a real one at Fanatics? No.
No.
All right,
I never had you as one to pay for that.
I got my Bryce Harper DH gate Team USA, and it's waiting at Customs. I can't wait to have. What do we got? March 5th? When's the first Team USA game? Do you know?
Feel fact on that? Yeah, sure.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, March 5th.
We got to do a segment of Feel Facts. Can we do one tomorrow?
Yeah, all right. That works for me.
I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, Feel Fact segment?
Yeah.
Feel Fact Friday.
I like that.
Yeah. All right. Of course, you look up Team USA, and now I got a bunch of hockey opinion stories. Let me Team USA, WBC.
Your thoughts on the phone call?
March 5th, Tokyo, right? It's the
March
first game.
5th, Tokyo. Good call on that one. Good call on that one. Good call on the date of that game.
Yes,
I don't have anything on that call.
So. I do want to point this out, though, but some people are saying that, back to WBC.
Yeah, please.
That the Team USA that's being set up for USA to win it all.
That'd be nice. I mean, hey, let's just keep rolling here. Team USA won in hockey. Let's win in baseball. I just want to watch good baseball. Is that so? Is that a crime? Like
Scooble going to get a game against Britain?
Yeah.
Skeens is only throwing 2.
And I saw for the Phillies, I think Nola's throwing 1, Christopher Sanchez throwing 1. I don't know how many of their players are actually going to throw a ton. So
yeah, I'm excited to see the Phillies players in it. Obviously, Team USA, want to see them win it all. But I don't know. Except for the game, it was against Japan when Trout was going to against Otani. That was like the one game we're like, go and get it. But other than that, I'm just watching. I'm enjoying it because it's something that they're playing at a high level at that point in time of the year.
Real quick, did you say it on the air that it was March 5th?
Yeah, so
okay.
March 6th.
I got a second.
Games begin again on March 5th. USA's first game is on March 6th against Brazil in Houston. There you go.
Brazil. Okay.
Bad call on that one. Not March 5th. It was March 6th.
Brazil.
I'm excited. I look forward to watching. Yeah, that's right. It is March 6th because I'm going up March 6th. That's a Friday night. I'm going up to the Prudential Center for Seton Hall St. John's.
That's what I'm talking about. Ooh, nice showing by St. John's yesterday. Wow.
I was locked in. I was locked into Temple Women's Hoops. What'd I miss?
Ricky Pitino didn't even
about that?
They didn't even get off the bus. UConn ended up lumping them by like 30.
Oh, you joking?
It was a brutal. It's one of those games. Yeah, 72-40 was your final score. Oof. 72-40. Again, let me repeat.
Did UConn sweep them?
No. St. John's took down UConn at the Garden.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
but at this point in time of the season, Ray, and you would know this better than most here. Like this is one of those games that I think could potentially blow up for St. John's and almost like make UConn rise to another level. Just as far as where we're at the time of the year, with only 3 regular season games left.
I think 2
wow,
because they're 16-2 in the Big East. You only get 20 of those. So
big time game yesterday.
Yeah. So St. John's has 3 more left at 15-2.
Yeah, not
and
good.
I'll be at one of them. I'll be at the last one of the season.
How about this box score? 20% field goal percentage.
Ooh.
For the...
Yeah, that's ugly.
Yeah,
that's ugly. All right, well, look at that. I got all excited to go see Rick Pitino. His team's going to fall apart.
It might be a white suit game. You never know.
So I said that to Amy Fruhl. She's like, they're on the road for that one, Prudential Center.
Yeah,
so there's no way he's breaking
no
it.
white suit.
I had that thought, too. I texted my brother when we went to go tickets. I was like, white suit, Pitino? Nah.
No, not at St. John's.
No.
She's right about that.
Yeah, but Seton Hall, St. John's, being the Philly guy, just observing Jersey and New York going after each other, that's great.
Sure.
Yeah, I love it.
Let's do it.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
Should be a 9 o'clock tip that night, by the way, on the up at the Prudential. Yeah, it's gonna be a late night.
Fun drive home. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. It's for my brother's birthday, belated gift, much belated gift. But back to the Harper thing. So you don't see it as much as a mentality thing. You just see it as where kind of him assessing where he's at career-wise.
I'm having a hard time believing that Bryce Harper, at 33 years old, will be 34 this year, with everything he's been through, is going to become his own worst enemy mentally. I really don't see that happening. It wasn't that far of a fall for him from the previous season and the season before. Again, the Dombrowski comments, I'm with you. That's not good, especially what they had. But to me, it comes down to team success. I really do believe, Harper's got the ego. As I said, he's playing for the Hall of Fame numbers. He's going to continue to close out his career on a high level. He wants to do that. But at the end of the day, Bryce Harper is really all about the team in my mind, right? Like if this team is going to go on a run postseason and win a World Series, he's not going to be A.J. Brown after it's all said and done tweeting, well, I got to the highest of the highs, and you know what? It doesn't feel like I thought it would. I guarantee that post is not coming from Bryce Harper.
No, he wants to win.
Yes.
I will say, and you just kind of made me think about this when you mentioned his age. I want to go back and look. You remember, I forget where he said it, but Jimmy Rollins, after Howard tears his Achilles, I remember there's a story of him saying that I called my agent after that and was like, yo, we're done. Like what we have here, like the run we just went on, we're done. I don't think Bryce Harper thinks they're done.
No.
But I will say, of a guy that seems to be, thinking so much and like, hey, where are we at? Where are we at? to say for the last year and a half he's been pressing, and a guy we know that cares so much about his legacy, cares so much about getting that ring, it's not necessarily, I don't want this to come across as a negative thought about Bryce Harper. It's a thought about what Bryce Harper could be going through and a reason why he had the reaction he had to what Dave Dombrowski said, and a reason why he could be, talking so much at this level is because he realizes, hey, my window of cementing that legacy with the championship ring where I'm the guy, because I'm sure that means something to him, where he's the guy. He's been the guy here for a while.
Is he still the guy?
Does Bryce Harper believe he's still the guy?
Yes. He's still the guy.
He's still face of the franchise.
He's still the guy.
He's still the face of the franchise.
Yeah.
You would have to say, though, last season,
Schwarber was the guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this will be probably the first time he walks out there on opening day and he hears louder cheers for someone else than him.
Well, first of all,
I don't want this
Get rid of those wild spikes. Let's start there, and I think he might get a little bit more fanfare. All right?
Again, I'm not trying to make this a negative on Bryce. All I'm saying is that when I see a story like this, you could see the way he's in his head.
Look, and I think you're onto something to a point, and I also believe it's a unique take, and I haven't heard that. So, look, the article was just written by Gelb 2 days ago, but it makes you think a little bit more from a different perspective. You could be right. I just think what we know about Bryce, and he did say in the article, hey, man, I've been pressing 2 years, last 2 years, need to do this, a little differently understood. But where I'm at right now, I think team success is at the top of the list. If this team is able to go on a postseason run, and like you said, it does come back to being the guy and leading them to a World Series championship, yeah, that's going to speak volumes for him where he's at mentally. But
I think he believes that's on his shoulders, which is why it's not so much I want to be the guy. It's I believe I can be the guy to do it. Like he says in that article, he has been trying to walk, which explains why you're not throwing him any strikes. Why would you throw strikes to a guy not trying to walk? We saw he got the lowest percentage of strikes thrown to him last year. Well, why would you throw him a strike if he's not trying to walk? And why would you stop trying to walk? Because you're trying to be the guy. You're trying to make more of what you have here. Like if he has a regular approach at the plate, probably doing a little bit more in the way of walking. But also, if you're walking, are you driving in that run before someone else behind you gets up? No, you're just getting to first base.
Last thing I'll say, too, is that wasn't it more like, just as far as pointed at like he doesn't smile and maybe he's not enjoying the game as much? So in that article, there was a little bit of a theme where he kind of pushed back a little bit on the narrative that he wasn't having fun. It's his intensity, the focus, maybe doesn't translate to smiling all the time. That could be a part of it
right.
as well.
Well, it's a lot of fun when you're 21 and you got your whole career ahead of you to achieve.
Amen.
Right. It's not as much fun when
you're 44 and you have 2 kids and your wife's in Vegas. Well, my bad. I thought this was about me for a second. Yeah. My bad. And he got up again. I just put him down at 12:30. He's screaming again in the monitor by my ear. It's 3:30. It's 3:30, Dutz. I'm losing my mind.
How many times do you think Bryce Harper's home alone with the kids?
It's always funny when you start to ask that question about professional athletes, and I don't want to be that guy, but probably not a lot.
Right.
They have the 24-hour nannies.
Yeah.
God bless them, and they've earned every bit.
You signed a 13-year, $330 million contract. There's probably a good chance that...
Who was the coach that got up on the stand with Chambliss down there in Ole Miss? It was Joe Judge.
Joe Judge, yeah.
Play the Joe Judge comments.
Oh, God.
Yeah. We just got to realize that he needs to get his sleep. Yeah. Well, I can promise you that's not happening with me.
Good for Trinidad playing another year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be fun. LSU and Ole Miss last night in hoops, and I was just thinking to myself, man, Ole Miss LSU football is going to have a little bit different feel next September.
I was going to say early in the season, too.
I looked at tickets. They're like $550 minimum. Yeah, that's
and then you got to get yourself. Where is it? Ole Miss?
Yeah.
Oh, good luck getting there.
The Grove, baby.
I don't even remember. I think that was one of those days I think I took the team charter and had 2 days.
You've been to Ole Miss?
Yeah.
You've been to the Grove?
We played Ole Miss women's basketball. So I watched outside. I walked around it outside. Yeah. The home of A.J. Brown.
How about that?
Yeah.
Didn't he go there because of the team colors or something?
Something like that, yeah. Hey, man. That's our guy.
That's the world of AJ, baby.
Yeah. You know who has the same colors?
Tell me.
New England Patriots.
Ooh.
Whoa, guys. Maybe that's why.
You see that? I like where you're connecting the dots.
Want to run him out of town. All right. Coming up, we're going to play blind trivia. So we want you to line up on the phone lines at 610-632-0975. We got a pair of Sixers tickets to give to you. We're going to give you the opportunity to get those Sixers tickets for tonight. So we want to point this one out. You got to have a free night, all right? I understand we're throwing it to you last second here, but we want to give you the opportunity. Blind trivia. It has to do with sports. Has to do with some hoops. So don't worry. We're only going to send you blind in partially here. But it's 610-632-0975. The first person to get a question right, guess what? You got plans tonight. You're getting a pair of tickets to go down to the Sixers game, see them battle the Heat in a great matchup tonight of two teams that need this one. Sixers need it. Heat need it. We'll break it down coming up. But blind trivia coming up for you next at 610-632-0975. Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays Marks.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Getting to work in Indianapolis. I'm Brandon Dust, and this update is brought to you by TireRack.com. Rain or shine, drive with confidence on Vredestein tires from Tire Rack. Vredestein tires deliver precision handling, dependable traction, and quiet comfort. Shipped fast and free with 2 years of free road hazard protection. TireRack.com. With the NFL Combine starting this week, Howie Roseman has a lot of work to do if he wants to get this team back to the Super Bowl. One of their biggest free agents is tight end Dallas Goedert, and Roseman talked to the media about retaining him on Tuesday.
A huge asset for our offense to have him on our football team, but certainly sit down with his agent here over the next couple of days and have a conversation. Very appreciative of Dallas Goedert.
Sixers back in action tonight against the Heat with tip-off set for 7 o'clock, and you can listen to the game right here on The Fanatic with pregame coverage starting at 6 o'clock. Flyers lost to the Capitals and will try to get back in the win column tonight against the New York Rangers. And the Phillies got their first win against the Detroit Tigers yesterday and play the Nationals later this afternoon. This update is also brought to you by Papa John's. Introducing new pan pizza from Papa John's. Order a medium one-topping pan pizza, just $11.99 when you download the Papa John's app or at papajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. I'm Brandon Dutz on the home of the 76ers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic app.
Welcome back in. Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic alongside Sean Brace. I'm Bray Dunn. Brandon Dutz, producer of the program. Best hair in radio.
Hey, now.
Best hair in radio. And for a second there, I was wearing this very nice Smarty Jones hat that my good friend Merm was able to get for me. Great guy. And I just not really look at, I don't wear the hat a ton on the air with the headphones over top of it. I felt like I was pressing down on my, brain there.
You got hair, man. Let it fly.
Yeah, so I'm letting it fly today.
Yeah, let it rip.
Very nice hat.
The beard, all that. Not the beer. Yeah, sorry.
No, there's not any beer in here. This is just coffee cup number 2. This is coffee cup.
Smarty Jones, though.
Smarty Jones,
one of the great Philadelphia athletes of all time.
Correct. I would top 10. Top 10.
We'll have to break that one down.
Mount Rushmore.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll get into that one. Speaking of getting into, I know we're going to do some Sixers trivia, all that. Maybe we dip our toes into some Sixers conversation.
Yeah.
I just want to bring this up because I'm wondering where you're at, right? My guy Sam Ostry joins me at the postgame show. Just real quick on the San Antonio Spurs.
Of course.
Like the attention that they should be getting to win the championship. If everybody can get behind the fact that the Sixers might not win it this year.
Yeah, I can understand that not happening.
The San Antonio
Dutzy can't, but I can.
The San Antonio Spurs just continue to dominate and beat teams that are at the top of the list. Whether we're talking about Oklahoma City, I think they're 4-1. They just beat the Raptors. They went to Detroit the other night and smashed them. It's just been so impressive to watch Wemby and that young team operate. But if we're talking about a team that could potentially win it all, though, Ray, that's where I'm at. You got to earn your stripes, right? You got to have playoff experience. Are you buying right now? If I asked you, San Antonio Spurs, thumbs up, thumbs down, could win the championship this year, will win the championship this year. Where are you at?
They could. They won't.
Why?
I think it matters in terms of earning the stripes.
I know playoff experience.
Yeah,
more than anything.
I know that they've got the number of the Thunder right now, and that's got a lot of people excited. We did a quick rapid fire yesterday with Amy and Rodman, and both Amy and I are like, I think it's the Thunder again out of the West, and Rodman's like, I think it's the Spurs. I think they got their number. I love what they are right now, and I know Thunder have been banked up, and that amazing start that they had. We were all like, are they ever going to lose a game? And then it turns out they're going to lose quite a few games.
Sure,
but I'm still leaning with the team that did it. I know it's lame. I know it's sad.
No.
I know it's not the scorcher that everybody wants, but I'm leaning with them.
No, and that's what my guy Sam says. He says there's zero precedent for a team whose core has no playoff experience to make a finals run. It can happen. Playoffs are a different beast. I agree with that, but Wemby starts and ends with him.
Wild.
The fact that he's able to make contributions, whether it's just defensively, no matter what, you're not going to eliminate. Maybe you might slow him down offensively, but he is going to have an effect from start to finish in every game on the defensive side of the ball. I'm taking the Spurs. I already did. My money's where my mouth is, Ray.
Oh,
I got
it.
15-1 plus 1,500 2 weeks ago on the Spurs. You know where they're at right now? 10-1 plus 1,000.
Oh, all right. Look at you.
So,
already.
We're looking good.
Maybe a good cash out coming at some point.
No, we don't
let it
really
ride?
get cash. Come on, who cashes out? Cashing out's for cowards.
All right, let it ride. See what happens.
Like Smarty.
All right, 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975.
Speaking of the OKC, you see Jarek McCain last night?
Oh, don't even get me started. I've complained about it 3 consecutive days. If I do it a 4th, I think we're going to end up having people tuning out. So
just so you know, Jarek McCain, another 20-point game.
Yep.
I think Grimes had one 20-point game since December 5th, if you're keeping score at home.
Way to make the fan base feel better, Brace.
Sorry.
610-632-0975. We're doing blind trivia here. Blind trivia. Yes, it's the first image that comes up when you look up Jared McCain. Kind of odd. Don't recall that ever being something that was publicized, but kind of odd.
All right.
It's not just your algorithm. Don't worry. 610-632-0975. We're doing blind trivia here, giving away a pair of Sixers tickets for tonight's game, okay? And we'll let you in on where we're going with this. Tonight, Tyrese Maxi has an opportunity to become the all-time three-point leader in 76ers history. He is 3 3-pointers behind Allen Iverson. It will have to
When you see something great.
No, that was the wrong one. Sorry. Yeah, that's why I don't hit buttons.
That's the set.
I thought that was me, even though I hit nothing back here.
Give it to me, Ray.
About
Thank
that?
you.
There you go.
I don't hit buttons. That's what happens when I start hitting buttons. Sorry.
All right. Just hit the Family Feud music for me, please. All right. You can line up at 610-632-0975. Tonight, Tyrese Maxi has the opportunity to become the all-time three-point leader in 76er history. He can pass Allen Iverson. That is your hint into where we're going with our trivia here today. We are going to give you the opportunity to blindly answer what we have for you. The first person to the question right, congratulations. We're just handing you the tickets. Nothing crazy. It's not like yesterday. I did enjoy Peloton instructor or process sixer. It was, again, probably a top 3 moment of my radio career. And that says something considering.
What's the other 2?
I did post-game for the Eagles Super Bowl. It's up there with that.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I did post-game for 09 World Series.
Oh, ooh. Yeah, just a year too late on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
09.
Yeah.
Still fun, though.
Still fun.
Yeah.
There were moments. There were moments
you were leaving the park listening to
me.
Yeah,
that's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. All right. Let's go out and start
A-Rod's a cheater.
Yeah. Oh, come on. We don't have to.
Give that ring back.
Hideki. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. 610-632-0975. Let's go to Camden. Start this out with Tay. Tay, you're on 97. Oh, nope. Of course. Why would anything work here? Tay, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Tay, do we have you? All right, there we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Tay.
All right.
Sounds like you're ready, baby. Let's do this.
Ready to go. The all-time leader in three-point field goals for the 76ers, Allen Iverson. Tyrese Maxi is 2. Can you tell me who number 3 is?
Google.
3, 2, 1. I need an answer, Tay.
John Lucas.
John Lucas would not be the correct answer there,
That's
Tay.
a heck of a pull.
Yeah, that's a good try on that one, but
nice
not
work.
quite not quite to be had there. All right, let's go to Germantown. Talk with Amir. Amir, Tyrese Maxi.
How y'all doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Tyrese Maxi has the opportunity tonight to become the all-time leader in three-point field goals for the 76ers. It goes Iverson, Maxi, then Robert Covington. Can you tell me who number 4 is on that list?
Kyle Korver.
Kyle Korver is correct. Amir, congratulations. You got yourself a pair of tickets. We'll put you up on hold as we get you the opportunity to go tonight. Who you taking tonight?
Probably my son.
Probably your son. All right.
man.
Yeah, congratulations to you and your son. We'll put you up on hold, get you to talk to Nate back there. That's great. Good for
Enjoy
Amir.
that. Yeah.
So I was getting worried where we were going to go there. Korver, though, was the one. If we got past Korver, it was going to be really interesting to watch.
Well, it's a really interesting list if you wouldn't mind sharing with the people.
Yeah.
Keep them up to date here.
Yeah, so tonight, Tyrese Maxey has the opportunity to become the all-time three-point leader for the Sixers. It goes Iverson, Maxey, Robert Covington, Kyle Korver, Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid.
That's pretty surprising.
Which, by the way, Embiid, if he plays tonight, also has a chance to pass Tobias Harris. He's just 3 behind Tobias Harris for 5th all-time. Andre Iguodala, 7th, which Embiid passed not too long ago.
Dollar.
Hersey Hawkins at number 8. J.J. Redick at number 9.
How many years did he play for the Sixers?
He came here, what? 2016, 17?
On top 10 list.
Or 17, yes, 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19. That makes sense in my head, but I can't tell you that for sure.
All right.
I'll look. And then Furkan Korkmaz is 10th all-time for the Sixers. That is not a bit. That is actually the case.
Yeah, he came 17, 18, 18, 19, and it was out.
Oh, just 2.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that makes sense because they stunk in 16, 17.
That's crazy. Trying to look up the numbers, actually. But, yeah, I mean, look, he shot 40.7% from downtown. JJ was doing JJ things.
Knocked down 193 threes in 17, 18. Knocked down 240 of them the next season. Play.
That will definitely play. Korver's definitely a fun case study.
Yeah.
And I believe he's in the front office with the Hawks. Wasn't he just in town the other day when
Field
they played
fact.
him? Yeah, field fact.
Field fact. Yeah, that sounds right, though.
You know what a field fact about tonight's game is, though, Ray?
You feel like they're winning?
This is a big one. Now, bring it back to me one more time. How many does Maxey need to break the record?
3.
All right, so he's at 4+ at plus 130. He's getting the job done tonight, right?
Sure.
All right, well, then we need to play that.
This is the team that passed on him in the draft.
Oh, this is 2 for them. This is revenge.
Yeah.
This is see what you passed. Wait, wasn't there? How many teams passed on him?
Well, yeah, but this was the team directly in front of the Sixers.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I think they take, what, Achua, right?
Achua, yeah. I think Maxey was, 21?
21.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
Achua was 20, yeah.
Looking back at it, Maxey was like the best player in that entire draft class because that was the Anthony Edwards, LaMelo draft class, I believe.
Oh, you're going to put him above Anthony Edwards.
No, so second best. There you go.
Yeah.
I think he's right up there, though.
Well,
that was going to be a real spicy.
Yeah.
We could always get a good Dutsy take in
Look,
there.
I think people are listening because this number has now dropped to plus 130. 4+ at plus 130. I think you got to take that. I think Maxi's going to have like a 5 for 11 performance from downtown tonight.
All right.
Now, when he hits this, they stop the game, right?
Do they?
I don't know if they stop the game, but they definitely make notice of it immediately at the next whistle.
Yeah, I think they probably make mention of it at the next whistle. I don't think you immediately stop the game.
Like you go full jumbotron. Right. You drop the halos, as they call them down there, Xfinity Mobile Arena, and you light the fire.
Yeah, congratulations.
Who's on fire, Tyrese Maxi? That's what I want. All right.
You know who we should ask?
Come on with the T-shirt cannon. Yeah, you think? We should probably hit up Matt Cord.
Yeah, why don't we just walk down there and bother Matt Cord?
4+ Maxi plus 130. Lock it in, kids. Make sure you gamble responsibly.
Of course.
Put it all on there. That's a shoebox bet in honor of Mike there. That's absolutely a shoebox bet. But here's the best part about my shoebox bet. My shoebox bet isn't Pedro Martinez going up against somebody who's a fit starter from the other team, and Pedro's minus 360. No, my shoebox bet is actually plus money here, plus 130.
I'm trying to think of what shoebox bet over the summer didn't hit.
Oh, they never hit. They never hit. That shoebox has been empty for a long time, man. I mean, it was always when you had a Ray.
Your mind works in a very interesting way.
You had Roy Halladay on the mound. Like I said, it would always be a 1 versus a 5 starter. Some June game. Next thing you know, it's like a getaway. It's like, no, don't place that wager. Anyways, all love and respect.
Yeah,
you know that.
Love you, Mikey, man.
Plus 130 for 4+ Maxi. I'm in. All right.
Outright.
Let's see some history tonight.
All right. So
can we talk about the game, though, for just a second?
We can coming up.
Okay.
I want to get into the game tonight because I want to get into what it means.
Yeah, that's my point.
Tonight.
I do think that there is a little bit more to this matchup.
And you sent me a potential HIPAA violation.
Yeah, potentially.
Potential.
I'm not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
I'm not
either.
a lawyer.
No. But I'm neither of those things.
I think this falls into the category.
And speaking of lawyers, we got someone chiming in on Bill in the text line. I want to get to that as well. So we'll get to that all coming up here before we get to the news at noon. Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays with Marks, the 97.5 The Fanatic. He makes me laugh. Colarulo's here. Yeah. His show does start in 2 hours and 15 minutes, so he's just about on time. And he walks out of here like, hey, Ray, give me something to talk about. Man, you want to know what happens behind the scenes here? You know where he goes and sits at that producer's chair? He goes into the Middays folder and just looks at all the audio we have. And it's like, oh yeah, thanks, Ray. Yeah, tells me that every day. Give me something to talk about.
Team.
Give me.
Or Ray comes over to Nate and I. What do you guys think of our poll today? What do you guys think of this topic? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Huh?
We're
What are
all
your
here to
thoughts?
help you out, Bill. He's acting like I don't help that guy out.
In the middle of the show,
Well,
hey, Nate, grab this for me, please. I need it for later.
All right, I'm seeing Petrilli's got something for us on the text line. Oh, he's riding with you on the BP's riding with you on the Maxi threes for tonight.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Ride with Bryce on this one, plus 130. He's going to hit 4. I'm feeling like I said, a 5 for, what did I say, 5 for 10, 5 for 11? Mm-hmm. He's going to let it fly. He knows the number.
5 for 11 was where you were at.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right. Sign me up for it. So tonight, big game down there at Xfinity Mobile Arena. Sixers Heat. And big game in the context of if you want to be a playing team, don't want to be a playing team.
Oh, I don't want to be a playing team.
Nobody wants to be a playing team.
I don't want to even be on the road, even though they have a better road record.
Odd. Very odd.
17-11. Pretty good.
What has become? Have we lost? Is it we've lost the home court touch? Is that what it is?
I think it's a little bit more pressure at home than no, I kid. It means nothing. It means, you know what? The team that they're playing took them a little bit lighter than what they should. Maybe they sat somebody. I'd have to really dissect the road schedule. And we know what this team is now, where they were with Paul George, back without Embiid. Just move. It's just so tough to really get into the minutia when it comes into that stuff. Really is.
Yeah, it is. It's just odd. You're 500 at home.
It is odd.
How many? Look up and down the top 8 teams in this conference. The Raptors are 1 game over 500. Everyone else is comfortably 6 games over 500 at home. Like, it's just odd.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to watch. Now, tonight, you go into this game with a game and a half on the Heat and just a half game on the Magic. There's a chance, and I don't know the entire NBA schedule tonight. My apologies for not having the entire NBA schedule in front of me for tonight. I don't know if the Magic are in action tonight. But there's a chance you lose tonight, you're in the play-in. Like, just standings-wise when you wake up tomorrow.
Yep.
Not great.
Magic are playing the Rockets 7:30 tonight.
Okay, so I'll pencil them in for a loss.
Had a good win over the Lakers 2 nights ago.
I'll pencil them in for a loss.
Okay.
Big win, coming back from a loss. But this team right now, where they sit, very insecure about them ending up in the play-in, especially with the unknown of Embiid and this right shin soreness and whatever it is. He was saying it was a stress reaction. He was telling, I don't even know where to begin with his health, which is probably the overarching story of the last couple of years with this team.
Yeah, when have you ever been confident speaking about his health and when he's going to play?
Yeah, not for a while.
Like, is he playing tonight? I know what he's listed as.
I have no idea.
Probable. I get it. But would it shock you if he did not play tonight?
No.
No.
That wouldn't shock me at all.
Yep.
No, I hope for the sake of, what was it, yesterday, Troy and Northeast Philly, and for the sake of...
Who won tickets?
Yeah, who we just gave tickets out to. I hope they see him.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. You're never really certain of it. And tonight, I know you're going to have post-game. You'll be breaking it down.
Oh, yeah.
Wrapping up everything.
Let's go.
On the old Bird app. But I go into tonight with, if he plays, I'm very confident in him. They don't. They lose, and I understand they got a favorable schedule the rest of the way. But it's part of the reason why I've cooled so much on them. You just look at the margin for error for them the rest of the way and the total unknown. I hope they get into a 4-5 where we're talking about them matching up with Toronto. Feel good about that. We talk about them matching up with the Cavs. I get, they've got Harden now, and they had the Sixers number early in the season.
Yeah, he just got hurt, Harden.
I know, the thumb.
Yeah,
broke his thumb. It was funny. They announced he's questionable for tonight. He's got a fracture in his thumb, but he's questionable for tonight. So I don't think he's going to play.
Nobody's honest. Silver needs to see the goons out there.
Yeah, speaking of which. So I think this is a HIPAA violation. Please enlighten our audience on what's going on out in Utah. Because you sent this morning, and I was like, excuse me? Is this allowed? Can we do this? Is this a behavior that's accepted by the NBA?
So the HIPAA violation, just so everybody knows, it's unauthorized acquisition, access, use, or disclosure of protected health information.
Right.
So what's happening in Utah is the Larry Markkinen is out for what I forget exactly the reason is, as far as the reason that he is now listed as going on the shelf. He's getting an MRI, and Commissioner Silver is now sending out.
You go Commissioner Silver.
Well, yeah, he is.
He is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, that's like kind of a Mr. Laurie on you right now.
Well,
you know,
Commish,
giving a nice high title. He's doing so well right now. We got to praise him.
Adam Silver is sending in the doctor from the NBA to go check out the MRI themselves to determine the severity of the injury, which is very interesting and something that has never been done before, or at least brought to light as far as the NBA is concerned. And we know what they're up against. But, Markkinen is going to miss some time, suffering injury in practice, according to reports out there that he had on Wednesday to a right ankle and right hip injury. So now, as with everything that's coming with the tank conversation, Silver's saying, all right, well, if that's the case, we need to send in our independent doctors to check out the severity of the injury and look at the MRI. Again, I read you the HIPAA violation definition. Access, use, or disclosure of protected health information. I think that checks that box.
Feels like it checks that box. I'm not a doctor. You're not a doctor.
I play one from time to time.
I've never once played one on television or on radio. But where'd you play one?
From WebMD.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a
kids.
certain type of way. Yeah, I got this rash on this elbow. Oh, my
Right,
goodness,
right.
my arm's going to fall off. Yeah, I'm my own worst.
I didn't know if I was going to find out that you were a community theater guy at one point.
No. I got a tattoo, Theater of Pain, on my leg, but no, I don't.
No.
I was not a theater guy.
You think you could be an actor?
When it comes to memorizing the script, I would have trouble with that.
Right.
Like if you were to, you get up there and you could act and just let it fly. Yeah, maybe I can have some fun with that.
You're more of an improv guy.
Improv, yeah, there you go.
Imagine just Sean Brace after we get him to go do the Horsham Hunks thing. The next big endeavor that we're gonna have for you is gonna be sending you out to an improv class, and it's just gonna be Sean Brace improv, and we'll do it at the Fillmore or something.
I like that.
Yeah.
No, those days are long gone. That's for sure. But
of doing what? Improv or Horsham Hunks? I thought I was promised that you were doing Horsham Hunks.
That's happening. We just got to get a little tan. We got to get a little thinner. All right, we got to set it up. Summertime. That's definitely going down.
Horsham Hunks.
However, back to the HIPAA violation. I actually tip my cap to Commissioner Silver for doing this because things are so bad right now for the league. This is a black guy across the league in general with all of these teams that are potentially tanking for some of these picks coming up this draft. These players are the real deal. But you can't have teams just throwing it away in the third quarter coming out of halftime when they're tied and they're not playing everybody. And now that's the big move now is all these trades went down. They moved for whatever superstar, whether Anthony Davis with DC. You saw what the Jazz did. So you go ahead and trade for some of these big names and then automatically put them on the shelf and you say, well, prove it. Well, now we're going to go look at the MRI. I actually tip my cap at Commissioner Silver for doing the right thing here.
Yeah.
Slippery slope, as they like to say.
Very slippery slope. That's kind of where I go to of like, all right, now what are they going to have to prove? Like,
speaking of slippery.
Horsham Hunks.
Sorry, had to.
5 times, 1 segment. It's pretty impressive, guys. Pretty impressive.
Let's do it, baby.
Oh, I once played the Sixers song about 100 times over a 4-hour stretch. The Horsham
Play
Hunks
the
is not
song! Is that real? Is that the truth? Dad's away, Dutch. Dad's away, so we're having some fun.
Sixers Celtics back in 22?
Yeah.
23? Yeah.
When we went 7?
Yeah.
And we were believing?
Oh, believing. I was ready. I believe at the time, Salciunas and I were going to be on Broad Street if they got out of the second round. I believe that was the conversation. We were going to go do that.
I'll tell you what. They do it this year. I'll be right there with you guys.
Did they get out of the second round? Yeah, I'll sign up for that again. Yeah, they get out of the second round. I'll do it.
Let's do it.
I don't don't very encouraged by it, which you
whatsoever.
can't tell by the.
But there is twisted logic, and I did read an article about this. Not so much with the away record. The twisted logic is maybe Paul George getting suspended and coming back for the final 10 games was the gift that the Sixers needed to have some success come postseason.
Here's the thing: if they don't put themselves in a position to be outside of the play-in, to be in one of the top 6 teams. And honestly, I'd prefer you be amongst that, like, I don't know if I want a second-round matchup with the Pistons, though. I don't know if I have the glory to pick that. I would love to have home court open it up the first round. Probably too greedy to ask for, so I'll just ask not to be in the play-in. You're going to have to do a lot of gymnastics for me to start feeling better.
Oh, yeah.
And, Sunday night, you think Celtics, Sixers, do we get a return of anyone, or are we going to wait a little bit longer before that?
That's what they keep saying.
Yeah.
Tatum's back.
Because I'm really hoping that Tatum comes back. This is where I'm at with the NBA right now. I am going probably to go full-blown hater come playoff time instead of, believing in the Sixers. I'm just going to try and hate on everyone I don't want to see win. I want Tatum to come back and them to be worse. Just for the discourse.
That'd be fun.
That's just kind of where I'm at right now.
It would be fun. Yeah. Look, we got college hoops. That's going to take front and center for us in the month of March. We know it every single year it does. So don't go full-blown hater on me just yet.
Not yet. But I might.
Okay.
Come May.
I respect it.
Around May. Because also, we're a month away from opening day. I got baseball in the mind.
Yeah, baseball in the mind. We got the draft coming, combine, underwear Olympics. So much going on right now.
And on my mind right now is the news at noon. We're going to give Brandon Dutz an opportunity to knock out the news at noon. He'll be the third person this week to take a stab at the news at noon. We got 2 Trish news at noons. We had Rodman yesterday. Dutz gets it today. Trish will be back tomorrow. So not that we're ranking the news at noons from the week, but we're keeping it in the back of our mind. We talked about the producer combine. We've debated this. We've thought about doing it. We'll see how Dutsy does coming up next. We'll reset where we started the show. Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays with Marks.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Heading to work in Indianapolis. I'm Brandon Dust, and this update is brought to you by Uber Eats. You hungry? Good thing Uber Eats has a great deal waiting for you at La Scala's. From now to March 31st, get a buy one, get one free deal on Rigatoni Vodka on the app. Order now only on Uber Eats. Terms apply. See app for details. With the NFL Combine starting this week, Howie Roseman has a lot of work to do if he wants to get this team back to the Super Bowl. One of their biggest free agents is tight end Dallas Goedert, and Roseman talked to the media about retaining him on Tuesday.
A huge asset for our offense to have him on our football team, but certainly sit down with his agent here over the next couple of days and have a conversation. Very appreciative of Dallas Goedert.
Sixers back in action tonight against the Heat with tip-off set for 7 o'clock, and you can listen to the game right here on The Fanatic with pregame coverage starting at 6 o'clock. Flyers lost to the Capitals and will try to get back in the win column tonight against the New York Rangers, and the Phillies got their first win against the Detroit Tigers yesterday and play the Nationals later this afternoon with Taijuan Walker on the mound. This update is also brought to you by TireRack.com. Rain or shine, drive with confidence on Vredestein tires from Tire Rack. Vredestein tires deliver precision handling, dependable traction, and quiet comfort. Shipped fast and free with 2 years of free road hazard protection. TireRack.com. I'm Brandon Dutz on the home of the 76ers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
right, just tell me who the guest of Philly was.
Dude, I'm looking bad these days on the timeline because of those games that Dylan rolls out there. He's got to mix one in that's easy every once in a while.
Oh, welcome to the show, man. No way.
Yeah.
No.
I'm like 1 for 5 now. Guest of Philly on 97.5 The Fanatic on Instagram.
It's okay. It's okay. There's a lot worse shooting percentages out there when it comes to the guest.
You know, I got pride in myself, but those are tough, though. I won't lie. Like, you know, Speedy Claxton irked the heck out of me.
That
I
got
knew
me
he got
upset.
one. Yeah, but those Phillies are tough. I won't lie about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep swinging, though, as they say.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep swinging. Keep swinging away. Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays with Marks. Our 12 o'clock hour is brought to you by someone. I don't even know where the paper is. It's Service First HVAC, but all right. You mind handing me that?
Oh,
show sheet
sure.
over there?
Right here
Yeah,
for you, sir.
I must have threw up my own show
Oh,
sheet.
that's all right.
Yeah, that's good. Always a good job by me.
It's noon, though.
Yeah, offered 0% finance, 48 months, rebates and tax credits up to $4,300 for purchasing a heating and cooling system. Learn more at servicefirsthvac.com. All right, it is noon, which means it's
You can
time.
hang on to that.
Nah, it's all right. I'm
Oh,
okay
thank you,
myself. It's time for the news at noon.
News at noon with Ray Dunn. News at noon with Dunn, 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 Dunn.
That's how we're keeping his voice on the show for the week.
Love it.
All right, Ray, you ready?
I'm ready to go. Dutsy, what do you got for us?
All right, let's kick it off down in Indy. Combine week. Obviously, last offseason, big top conversation was the tush push last year. Broncos head coach Sean Payton was asked about tush push. Don't give me that face, okay?
This guy working the
All
Broncos
right?
into the news.
No one else was asked. It was just Sean Payton, okay?
Lead topic. Let me just throw some love to the Broncos.
One
Makes sense.
time.
Makes sense, Dutsy. Go
All
ahead.
right. But Sean Payton talked about a tush push and was very blunt about it this time around.
I don't think the push sneak, I think if that ever goes away, it's not a health and safety thing, right? We discussed that last year for 2 hours, and we just adopted 1,000 more kick returns. Which play do you think is more of a health risk? 1,000 more kick returns. So I think if we choose to ever move on from that, it won't be because of health and safety. It will just be like we don't like it, which is okay.
Which is okay. Yeah, we just decide what plays we like and don't like, and we just get rid of the ones we don't like.
Yeah.
I don't really like when Mahomes goes deep to a fast receiver. I don't really enjoy it, so I think we should outlaw that.
Point blank, it was because the Eagles were good at that play, and that's it. We called it when it was then. We called the BS that was surrounding that conversation, and now more than ever, you just see what the truth is, what reality is. And it's a shame. It's a shame because people could not stop it. And, oh, by the way, it's a shame that the Eagles aren't really good at running it now these days as well. But the fact that they were going to remove the play in general tells you how weak they are.
To me, this would have been the year to get rid of it for health and safety. You say, hey, look at the Eagles' offensive line the year after they ran it more than anyone else. They look pretty banged up to me. It looks like they've been bothered by it. I obviously don't believe that they are banged up because of just the tush push. But I'm saying that if they wanted to make that argument, this is the offseason to make that argument. That team had the best offensive line in football, and then look what happened the year after they ran the tush push. If you at least want to try and sell me on that talking point, isn't this the offseason to try and sell me on that talking point?
This was only about one thing and one thing only. It was the fact that the Eagles were good at it and nobody could stop them. That's it.
If the Bills had won the Super Bowl and they had that big tush push in one of the playoff games, would maybe this have gained more steam?
I don't think so. I really don't. Because it wasn't their identity. It wasn't their main play. Like the Eagles were, hey, let's get it down in distance to second and 5, 3rd and 2, and you know what you're going to get on 3rd down and 4th down. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But the fact that the Eagles had the bullseye in their back for multiple years, that, it tells you all you need to know, that none of this was brought up because of the fact that they weren't good at it this past season. Now, I will just say this, and it's interesting because Sean Mannion's going to be the new guy, and he's going to be the head man in charge when it comes to the mentality behind this play, but they weren't that bad either. Were they perfect? Were they 20-24 Eagles running a tush push? No. But they were still converting at times, and I don't want them to lose that edge. Whether you remove, something from it, a little bit more of an element of surprise, add that wrinkle into it, I don't know. But Jalen Hurts picking up the first down on a QB sneak still needs to be one of the main plays when it comes to this offense.
You just can't be overly reliant on it. You can't be. I don't like the first and 9 mentality where we got 4 downs to get 9 yards.
I loved it when it worked.
Yeah, it worked for a bit there.
Beef up front, baby. Gotta get it.
Well, that also, we need health. We need our good friends in Colombia to take care of our center. Our good, I don't even know where Lane is right now. Wherever Lane's at, our good friends out in Oklahoma.
He's working on the barn.
Yeah,
working on the barn.
Of course. Yeah, need him to be taken care of.
He's got Baldy out there squatting right now.
Need Landon Dickerson to, hey, you know what? It's not full influencer season yet. He's going that way post-career.
Wow. And it's working.
It's working.
He's got the wife gig. They're going to get their own A&E show. Watch.
And that's great. Just not yet.
I'm a Super Bowl champion offensive lineman retired. And I'm his wife. Together, we're going to renovate your house. Come on, something like that. It's coming.
And
hey, if you can get it, it's good work.
I hope it goes better than, what was was it? Nah, not Flip or Flop. I've watched way too many of these shows.
I'm a lottery dream home type of guy.
It was oh my gosh.
Oh, you got the couple that got not arrested, but divorced.
Right.
I think they've been divorced multiple times.
Flip or Flop.
Was it Flip or Flop?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope it does go better than Flip or Flop. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think the guy's name is Tariq, if I'm not sure.
Yes. Because he's now with
He's with another blonde.
Same girl. She looks exactly like his ex-wife, Tarek and Christina.
Yeah.
And there's a new one. Because remember they did the new one with his new wife.
Correct.
Looks exact same. And then Christina did her own one.
And the ex-wife is still involved. That's the crazy
she still has
part.
houses with them. Yeah.
Hey,
God bless you.
Don't mix business and pleasure. You're still business partners there, all right?
Lottery Dream Home is the best one out there. Number 1, the host, this guy's name is David. He's fantastic. Fantastic.
All right. If I ever get back into that.
He's all tatted up, everything.
If I ever move back in with my parents, I'm sure I'll watch.
But the big reason is they win the lottery, whether it's a scratch-off, whether it's a Powerball number, whatever it is, and they take the winnings, and then they go out and buy their dream home, Ray. It's unbelievable television.
I like that concept, actually. I'm a big fan of that.
Who wins a scratch-off? Who wins a scratch-off?
Not me. Not me.
You know, whenever I win, I never return it.
I have not taken yet what I've won. Very little.
Correct.
What I've won from Christmas.
Yeah.
In yet. I will at some point, I think.
Get a new ticket. No, it's all right.
Yeah.
Throw it away.
Sorry. And if I'm going to throw out the offer there. If anyone wants to bring back Flip or Flop with me, I'm all in. I'm more than happy to be the couple that goes and does that and gets divorced after making millions of dollars doing Flip or Flop. If we want to run that one back. All right, what else you got for us?
Well, first, I must say, when I did the tush push stuff, I didn't think it would lead to flipping houses content.
Yeah,
but
that's a good point. That's news at noon for you, man. That's showbiz.
All right, so moving on, taking it to the NBA here. David Fizdale, obviously longtime assistant with the Heat for years, won back-to-back championships. He went on Byron Scott's Fast Break podcast and talked a little bit about Pat Riley, how intimidating he was when he first met him. Take a listen.
Phone ring. Spo, put David on the phone. No one calls me David. And my mama the only person called David.
So you knew something then, huh?
Hello? This is Pat. Listen, my video was blank. I need a new tape. Click. I gave Coach a blank tape.
So
all of these things, so you hit them,
right?
They all light up. Oh, I was sure his was lit up. His didn't light up. Everybody else got a tape. He gets all the way back to the crib, no tape. Oh my God, I'm done. I take the extra. So we always had extra.
Right.
I jump in Spo's crap car. I'm speeding down the Coral Gables. I get there. I get to the mailbox. I go to put it in. Hey, he in the dark.
He was waiting on your ass.
Waiting on me, bro. He step out. He said, give it here. Man, I hand it to him. I already know my head was down, everything. He said, listen, appreciate you bringing it. Do it again, you're fired. Oh, bro. I still get nervous thinking about it today.
Sounds about right.
Yep, that's par for the course right there.
Yeah, Riley was an absolute legend. Just got a statue out in L.A.
I think Amy said this the other day. How did you just now think, like, you know who we should honor? Pat Riley. It's the Lakers. Like, now's the time? Now, maybe anytime sooner than that?
I think for the most part, if I'm guessing here, it's the fact that, like, things have changed a lot with that franchise. You know, they're hanging banners for, the
in-season tournaments.
In-season tournaments. And Shaq got a statue. Kobe got 2. And I just think, now more than ever, it's about the show, about the presentation, about everything outside the game.
Right.
More than ever.
They're like, we're not going to win on the court, so why don't we score some points off it?
Yeah, I think that has something to do with it. And I don't hate it because I get it. You got to, give you a little love for everybody that shows up. But at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is what happens on the floor. That's it.
And is it going to work out on the floor for the Lakers?
Probably not this year.
Probably not. Oh, yeah.
LeBron coming to the Knicks next year.
Really? I actually heard he's at Malvern Prep right now.
Oh, yeah.
He's touring for...
Hey, there was a moment that the 76ers... Remember, that was one of the 3 that he actually said no to. So
yeah.
There was a chance.
There was a chance.
LeBron and Joel Embiid together. Nope.
Man, that parade would have went crazy.
Yeah, would have.
Would have went crazy. It's all right. It's not, but it's all right. All right, what's the last one for you?
Ray, you talked about it before. Phillies spring training game yesterday. T-Mac out in the crowd, joined, staying with the fans. They were talking to Rob Thompson on yesterday's broadcast. Takes a subtle shot at T-Mac. Take a listen.
Hopper, T-Mac's got a pretty good spot out there, doesn't he?
He looks good out there. He's getting some sun.
Most people are working during the course of the spring.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're working.
Some of the hitters.
How many hours are you putting
Some of the hitters, though, are complaining. Just a little glare coming off the break center field.
All right. I will give it off to our resident bald guy here. Yes or no on the swipe at Tom McCarthy for his baldness having a glare reflecting towards home plate?
Yeah, it's funny that I got hired here at 97.5 The Fanatic, a sports talk radio station, and I was literally the only bald guy. That was it. You had Jason Martinez, myself. Some say Bill Colarulo could fit into that.
He was bald.
Yeah, okay.
He went bald. Did you ever see bald Colarulo?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay. I'll find a picture.
But
while
it's
you break
easy to
down this
take
joke.
those shots. I'm all right with it. Topper's the head honcho. I understand. I get it. And T-Mac has gotten it too. T-Mac was having some fun on the timeline. Somebody talked about his diet. He's like, it's ending in an off year, or it's an even year, I think he tweeted out. So he's having some fun with that. People are mean on the timeline. That's all right. Hey, look, we're follically challenged, and it's never going to come back. And you know what? We don't have to see a barber twice a month. That saves money there.
You think we all see a barber twice a month?
How many times you get your haircut?
Once
a month?
Maybe like 5-6 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, back in my day when I had hair, I think I saw a barber twice a month.
I always felt like that was just an excuse to get out of the house.
No.
More than once a month.
Especially now. Well, look, it used to be cheaper, too, back in the day. You used to be able to get a cut for $15, whatever it might have been. It's been a long time since I gotten a cut, all right?
That's evident.
I used to go see this guy, Lou, down on Main Street in Manayunk. And Lou would do this thing. Oh, yeah. Wow, look at Bill. He looks like a wrestler. Look
Wrestler,
at that.
yeah, that's a word.
Lou, old man, I don't believe he's still there anymore, so I'm going to say rest in peace. Hopefully I didn't just kill him. However, he used to do this thing at the end, Ray, right? Semi little odd, but it felt good. He would go into your ears. He'd have this lotion. He'd get the ears going. I'm telling you, your foot would be kicking. Your foot would be kicking. Lou. Oh, man. Yeah, I used to see him twice a month. No figure. We understand why.
Yeah, I understand why you're seeing him twice a month.
Good guy. Good times, man. That's when I had hair. Long, long time ago.
He used to do this odd thing.
Yeah, and it wasn't just with me. It wasn't like, hey, Sean, I'd like your scalp. No, it wasn't anything along those lines. It was everybody. It was known. He would give you a little scalp massage. And then he would even go into your ears, and the next thing you know, he's pulling on the lobes. I'm telling you, it was the only barber.
Pulling on the lobes.
It was the only barber that's ever did that to me. And it's one of those things, like the first time you're doing it, you're like, man, this is odd. But then, you go back and you're like, all right, let's go, man. Let's get the lobe massage going here.
How much was it?
It was
Did you pay him extra for that? Did you pay him extra to massage your ears?
Oh, man, yeah. Lou.
Supposed to host a show after this?
Lou with the lobe massage, man. I'm telling you, it was good. It was good. He was a nice guy.
I don't know where you lost me. Do something odd, which I really liked, or he would be pulling at your ears. It would have your foot kicking.
I'm telling you. And if people got their hair cut by Lou, Main Street Maniac, right next door to Lucky's, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And they'll hit up the text line and tell you, I used to give the little ear rub at the end.
I'm begging you.
You don't get that at Style of Man these days or Quick Cuts or wherever these places are these days.
I've been going to the same barber my whole life.
Have you?
Anthony, don't get any ideas listening to what Sean's talking about right now.
That's funny.
My God.
Funny.
I would love to hear from someone who had that experience as well. Just to validate what I'm listening to.
It's going to be even better
here.
when people come back. No, I got my hair cut by Lou many times. Never did that to me, Bryce.
Yeah.
That would be even better.
Yeah, I'm just curious. How many out there have had their ear rubbed? And that could be taken out of context. Absolutely is a line right there. But I'm just curious. The ear rub crowd that we have from Manayunk.
I'm saying, look, a little extra scalp massage goes a long way.
The fact that you said, and then he pulled on the lobes.
Pulling on the lobes, too. And you get behind it. You walk out of there feeling like a new man. You smell good, brand new haircut, ready to go.
Walking out of there feeling like a brand new man.
Brand new man.
Yeah, I got you. Brace.
Like hearing aids coming in your ears.
Stop it. Oh, you guys, come on. So, yeah, T.O., best receiver in Eagles history. I told you.
Yeah, let's reset the show now.
I kid.
Coming off of that.
Honestly, though, I do mean this sincerely because I do know that prices have gone up drastically with everything that's out there. But some of the prices that people be spending on their kids to get haircuts,
oh, yeah.
It's like, whoa. So I am going to cut my own son's hair.
Really?
Yes. Now, he's 9 months now, so I don't. You don't have to mess with the hair. It could look like whatever it is now. But eventually, he's going to need a little chop. I'm going to handle that. I already told the wife and everything.
All right.
I'm not spending $30 to cut my 10-month-old's hair.
If you can cut hair, that's fine.
Well, at the end of the day, he's not going out there getting on television, so if I can or I can't, it doesn't matter. He's going to look good. He's going to be trimmed up. And I'll even give him the ear rub, all right, on the way out. I'll even rub his lobes.
What?
Poor Lane.
Come on. A little lobe talk.
Yeah.
It's Thursday.
It is Thursday. It's Thursday. I feel like this is the 5 o'clock hour of a Friday show right here with the conversation we're having.
Not yet. Got plenty of time for that.
All right. So you were okay with Topper's joke at T-Mac's expense before we got to lobe rubbing.
Back to the reason why we ended up in this conversation. Look, he's out there on the batting deck having some fun.
Yeah.
T-Mac, though, shout out, enjoying the game. Because, you call those games and you say to yourself, man, what I wouldn't do to be out there at Frenchie's right now. Instead of calling this 8th inning between the Red Sox and the Phillies. They're a little bit quicker these days, but still.
Talking about a double-A pitcher that you've heard of now just for 2 weeks and having to have a decisive take on him.
And a man of the people to get a beer and go sit down there. And, man, I would absolutely kill to be right there right now.
Oh, yeah, same.
Clear water, sunshine. And that ground isn't soggy. He's sitting on some dry grass, enjoying the game, getting a little sun on his dome, and an ice-cold Coors Banquet.
Oh, it's a beautiful life to be living right now. I'd love to be living that life down there in Clearwater right now.
Oh, yeah.
I was excited to see in the 10-day forecast we got 60-degree weather coming up in the next 10 days.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought we're getting snow next week.
Well, now it looks like it's going away. Now it's looking like it's just a little bit.
And next Thursday, Friday, I think it is maybe. It's like 67 and 64.
Okay. I thought you were talking about snow. I was going to say that was my hope was that in the next week we have 60-degree weather. Not to be overly excited about a trip to Birmingham, Alabama for this weekend.
Oh, I hear it's lovely.
Yep, 67 degrees, 70 degrees Friday, Saturday. So I'm looking forward to that trek tomorrow.
All right, I do want to bring this up if I could.
Yeah.
I love when I ask that, as I'm going to. On 97.5, the Fanatics page right now, speaking of Clearwater, and the tag says, it's been too long since you've heard Zach Wheeler make the mitt pop. Mr. Wheeler is throwing from the rubber.
Oh.
How about that?
That's fantastic. Coming up, get into that.
Yeah?
Because MLB Network.
That's a huge deal.
It's a massive deal for them. MLB Network has been doing their 30 days, 30 clubs, whole thing. They did their X Factors for the season, for this Phillies season.
All right.
Harold Reynolds.
Love Harold.
Zach Wheeler. Offered a take on the Phillies from last season based on Zach Wheeler and what he expects from Zach Wheeler this season, as well as Matt Vasgersian's X Factor being a player that I could never have imagined delivering that as my X Factor for this season.
I love the X Factor.
Yeah, I love it. It's one of my favorite conversations. It's a good television conversation because you try and take it to radio and it's like, all right, who do you think's the X Factor? It's like, I think Bryce Harper has to have a big season. It's all right, yeah, all right, yep, that's a good point. We agree. All right, 610-632-0975. But yeah, we'll get to that coming up next from MLB Network. Very, very interesting to listen to them talk about Wheeler and then this other player that I never would have anticipated. Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays with Marks.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Combine week rolls on. I'm Brandon Dutz, and the NFL Combine continues with drills starting today for linebackers and defensive tackles. After a disappointing end to the season, Howie Roseman will be hard at work as he will look to add a ton of young talent in the upcoming draft. We'll keep you updated with any news that pertains to the Birds in Indianapolis. After blowing out the Pacers on Tuesday, the 76ers return home against the Miami Heat tonight with tip-off set for 7 o'clock. Joel Embiid is listed as probable, and you can listen to the game right here on The Fanatic with pregame coverage starting at 6 o'clock. Flyers fell to the Capitals 3-1 and will look to bounce back tonight against the New York Rangers, and you can catch that game on our sister station, WMMR. Phillies took down the Tigers yesterday in their first win of spring training, and the Union square off tonight with the Defense Force in their second leg of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. This report is sponsored by Pico. Remember, when it's cold outside, it takes more energy to stay warm inside. Pico offers tools to help you save energy. Visit pico.com/winter. I'm Brandon Dutz on the home of the 76ers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic app.
Welcome back. Middays with Marks. You weren't waiting long for me, right?
No.
All right, I was going to say, I think I got here right as music was hitting. I went down and I said I was going to do some information gathering.
Okay.
I went down and I went to go find Matt Cord to see what he thought about Tyrese Maxi breaking the record.
Ooh.
Didn't have any information for me on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I was going down. I mean, I always use an excuse to go see Matt Cord. I don't really need, like, a reason. I'd love to go down and find there, but
Matt's the man.
yeah, he's the man. And anytime I get to talking to Matt, I know myself, and I'm going to get wrapped up in the conversation. And I'm like a quarterback, realizing that, like, the pressure's going to close in on me. I'm going to take a sack if I don't get moving. So, like, we're talking, and I can hear the internal clock in my head going off. Like, oh, man, I'm going to be close. It's going to be close for me. I don't know if I'm going to make it back in time. So, technically, I guess I threw it away. I made it, like, as the music was starting.
No, it's perfect.
I didn't take a sack, but
I'm just glad you didn't come back yelling like John does. Who was that break so short? No. I kid. I kid.
You see what names on the show? Some people have the ability to yell. Other people have the ability to say, hey, you know what? Hey,
I like
okay
that.
with me.
As long as your name's on the billing, you can go ahead and yell.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. No, I've taken a really, really steadfast rule when it comes to my place in radio.
I'm not a yeller.
Yeah. No, my place in radio is just where my place is. I'm okay with that. I'm not.
Oh, you know this very well because on Monday when we were at the hotel, I said, well, let's relax. There's no reason to yell. We're not curing cancer. And I said that to John Kincade.
Yeah, that was a tough look for you.
Yeah, that was
tough.
But Kincade, who is an ace, awesome, funny night. And that was like my first time talking to him.
Right.
In that environment. He laughed at that because I was like, oh, my God,
yep.
John, are you kidding? And then you notice what I went to? I go, oh, my God, when I was on the timeline, it broke my heart. I responded. I pulled for you. And it's like, and that was sincere. So, but of course, man, too many people are going through it right now, and it really is crushing to see it. Of course, serious note, quick transition, Jason Martinez going through it again, man. His posts, like when I read them, it hits. Yeah, it hits. It hits my chest. And, that's not to say that, like, for others that don't, but bottom line is, like,
just knowing him and knowing what he's been through and
am I allowed to say, like, can we please find a cure? Like, is it ever going to happen? Please. I just feel like we have way too many smart people on this planet, way too much money. Like, can we please start focusing on some of the things that matter and curing cancer, for crying out loud? Like, am I out of my own mind to believe that we eventually will? Now, I have my own fight with Alzheimer's because that took my dad. So that crushes me anytime that gets brought up, and I feel like we were making some headway with that conversation. But like cancer, enough is enough, and now more than ever, you're starting to see it with, with the prostate cancer. These are like my image there. I went like that.
Yeah, the colon and
Which I'm 45 at the end of April. Now I have to go do that. Fun times.
Yeah. What? You were on the phone with the doctor today.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, I got my blood work back. Levels were a little elevated because I ate something within the 12 hours like a dummy. I didn't know.
So you were getting lectured by your doctor today.
Correct. He said, you got to be honest with me. Did you eat? And I said, yeah. He's like, your sugar levels are a little up. And I'm like, oh, okay. But everything else, my cholesterol was down.
Good for you.
My cholesterol was down. Yeah, I got my blood work like 2 years ago. And he said, just so you know, everything else looks great, but like next time you get blood work, don't eat 12 hours before. It's only one rule.
It's like the one rule.
I didn't know.
I feel wrong being the 25-year-old that's lecturing you on this. I feel like the role should be reversed here.
There'll be plenty of this over the, hopefully, time that we work together.
Yeah.
I almost said years, but that's not possible. But yes, I will tell you that, like, I rolled in and I go, oh, man, 12? I just had a burrito. And that was the worst part. My doctor goes, what did I tell you about bad food? Like, you're not supposed to eat a burrito.
Oh, I mean, a burrito once in a while.
Well, this wasn't once in a while. I told him about my Wawa trips. I've been eating way too much Wawa. I love Wawa, but come on, Sean. I got to make my own meals. I got to get in the kitchen, get in the
worst
lab.
with that. I'm the worst with making
meal
prep
meals
right now. This time of year, forget it. I'm eating whatever I can find.
I'm just hanging on.
Yeah. Well, it's all right. But yeah, I feel like I don't feel like I should be the one lecturing you about blood work. I took a day off for blood work.
Did you?
I was getting it like 9 o'clock in the morning, and like we go in there at 10. Like it was the only thing they had available for me, and they were like, "You should go get your blood work done. You haven't got your blood work done in like a while."
Okay.
A while. I was like, all right, yeah, sure, whatever. And then I was like, I'm going to be the one that passes out for sure. I don't do well with blood. I was like, I'm going to be out. So I was like, you know what?
Don't look.
That,
It's just a pinch.
I was like, nah, I'm out. I'm down for the count.
Drink some OJ afterwards, you're golden.
Oh, it was great. You kidding me? I got to walk around the city. I went to coffee shop. It's like, yeah.
Called out for blood work.
Yep, absolutely.
Who does that? Ray Dunn, apparently.
Hey, never took a sick day. Did take a blood work day.
Okay.
Grief. Oh, all right. Getting MLB Network here, what they had to say about the Phillies. You said it. Zach Wheeler tossing off a mound. That's tremendous.
We have video, and it's our video.
Is it? No way it's our video.
Well, we put it out. This is our video. Somebody's down there that sent it to Dylan or...
Our video? We have someone down there?
Yeah, because I saw somebody come over. I saw John Clark come over the top of this. So this is our video. Somebody from the Fanatic.
Who do we know that's down there?
I don't know.
Is Newbie down there?
Somebody's down there. Anyways, focusing on the video itself, it looks like that's not Sanchez. I don't know who it is. Anyways, focusing on Wheeler. Wheeler's thrown from the rubber, and that's incredible. I think it's Luzardo next to him. So you got Luzardo and Wheeler getting a little bullpen session with some crowd behind him. Pretty cool stuff there. Sun is shining, T-shirt weather, and Wheeler from the rubber. Towing the rubber, Ray Dunn, is a beautiful sight and sound because you get a little mitt pop action, you know?
This is beautiful. This is fantastic. Well, now this has changed my entire day. Is just shot up here. This is fantastic.
Was he your opening day starter?
No.
Okay.
No,
But-
I'm being as cautious as possible with him.
Why? Like, what's the air on the side of caution here a little bit? Like, we don't trust Zach Wheeler?
I trust Zach Wheeler.
It's February 26th. He's throwing from the rubber.
Right. And even with him coming, they said he was going to start throwing from the rubber in a couple weeks.
Okay.
And time, like when they started everything. So he seems to be on schedule. I'm no need to rush and be the opening day starter. You take your time.
That was me joking a little bit there.
Oh, yeah. No,
But okay, so last week when we talked about Wheeler, I thought we said Memorial Day?
I thought early May.
Early May. So
Yeah.
even earlier. Okay.
Yeah. So early May, mid-May, somewhere in there.
Does he get an April start now?
I need to see him in April. Okay. It's all right. He was going through something where I was trying to play a doctor last year on the air as we were going through
fun
everything.
times with
yeah.
that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's got thoracic outlet syndrome. I'm like, what? What are we like? That was the craziest thing. It was Saturday afternoon. All of a sudden, Dave Dombrowski's on my television. I was like, what? How?
That's one of those moments where if we just started writing them all down, right?
Right.
Like, you're just cursed as a Philly fan, a Philly sports fan.
And I remember the next day, it was like, oh, geez. Like, all right, like I think we did the show that next Monday. It was like, man, did we just watch the World Series chances go awry? And Howard Reynolds on MLB Network, where they're talking about their X factors for the season, goes to Zach Wheeler, and this is the way he breaks down the impact of Wheeler coming back this season.
For me, it's Wheeler, who is a star. But last year, their season ended with his injury. It just did, no matter what. Yeah. He's the guy that's got to carry them. Hopefully he can come back and get back in time to give them a run towards the postseason. But they go as he goes. When you start getting into the run that they're going to be in a pennant's chase down the stretch and headed to the postseason, you're going to have Wheeler being Wheeler.
So it's an X factor for them this season. I agree. Having Zach Wheeler, I don't think anyone's gonna say we're burning down a house here with that take of like Wheeler. What he is this season for you is an absolute difference maker. But very intriguing to me, having watched it played out. Because if you had to take in August that losing Wheeler is crushing your World Series chances, I understand it. You have to take this March of saying it. It wasn't pitching that sunk them. It wasn't pitching that sunk them in that series against the Dodgers.
Correct.
You can't tell me now. In August, I was like, I don't know. Yet, the Phillies were able to cobble together three different starters, to get themselves an opportunity to beat the Dodgers. And we all know, the fine line, all different things that could happen. Starting pitching was not something that comes to mind as the reason why they didn't advance last year.
Yeah, from the team mentality aspect, I think Harold has a point, right? I would imagine for some fans out there as well that they were like doomsday, they're never going to beat the Dodgers. Like, that's the issue, is you have to look at that bar and putting the games played on to the side. I get it. It all ends there with that conversation because They did not lose that series because Zach Wheeler was not starting. However, the mental makeup, right, of the team knowing that their guy, their ace, potentially a Cy Young Award winner, was not going to be available from that point, August 20th, whatever it was, all the way through postseason, no matter what happened, that's going to take a toll on you mentally. I and I don't have an issue too much of Harold saying, look, that was the end of their season. Again, you play it on the field, he's wrong. But the mental makeup, him putting that out there, what we were saying, some fans feeling like that, sure, I can get there with him.
Again, if he said in August with me, because we would have been singing the same tune. When that happened, I was like, I think they're in trouble.
Oh, that was trouble.
I was working with Kevin Cooney, and Kevin was like, I forget what he said. So you're going to convince yourself again. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to. And then
we always do.
I was able to get back to it.
We convinced ourselves that the Eagles are going to beat the 49ers, and then we'll see what happens.
I didn't need to convince myself. I believed that one.
Yeah.
That was one of those I was looking to feel bad by the end of the week, and I just never started feeling bad, which should have been a sign. That should have been a sign to me.
You know, if the starters played in that last game,
yeah. That's
they
right.
Won.
Yep.
Just saying. Never going to let that go.
Please, I'm begging you for our sake.
Never going to let that go. If those starters played, they roll in, and they beat the Niners. The vibes are high. Now, I'm a vibes guy, and that was crushing when Wheeler was unable to go. And if he was able to go in that, now I got to go back to the box score and go revisit all that. It would have been a different feel, and that's as far as I can go.
Yeah, I don't think it was the end of their season, though. I think I was wrong, and I was wrong alongside with Harold Reynolds. I don't think it was the end of their season.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm definitely wrong about. We're going to see Wheeler a heck of a lot earlier this year than what I thought rolling in.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Now it's just about what level he's at and how you come back from that.
Well, you don't think that there's going to be any difference, do you?
I don't know how his arm's going to respond from that. I think the best case I have, they said Merrill Kelly had the same injury as him. I believe that was the comparison that people used. Were like, all right,
the success
in terms of
story,
time coming back from it.
Yeah.
And of course, now I can't find where it was, but for him, I don't know if the next season was like this, kind of blow you away, top tier.
Among the success stories, Merrill Kelly at age 31 had surgery in September 2020, made it back by April 2021, and is still going.
Yes, but April 2021, he has a 4.44 ERA. So,
Understood.
If we want to scale that for Wheeler, the Wheeler I had in the 2s for ERA, maybe I'm talking about mid-3s ERA. Maybe he's not Wheeler level. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, we just need Garcia to hit 46 home runs instead of 36, right?
Garcia can hit 46 home runs. That works for me. Or this guy, who Matt Vasgersian has as his X factor for the season, has a massive, massive year. Please take a listen to the other X factor that was listed on MLB Network.
I think if Brandon Marsh has a big year, that's just gravy on a team where you know what you're getting from Bryce and Turner and Schwarber and Real Muto. Strikeouts have been a little issue for Brandon, but this is such a talented player. He is such a physical force. I'm a fan of his as a dude and as a player. And if he can take the next step, it's even better for the Phillies to win over 90 games.
If you put me on the MLB Network, that's something I would say. I'm a fan of him because he's a dude. He's got a good beard. I love when he wets it back and lets it fly before he runs out there and chews sunflower seeds. This is a guy that you want in your foxhole, man.
Right, man.
He's a good dude. Who's that? Jake Peavy? Is that who that was? Or no, that was who was that?
Matt Vasgersian.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah.
Okay. He's good. I didn't want to rip on him like that. I mean, I like Marsh.
I could like the personality on television and still look at what he said and say, all right.
Yeah.
Do we expect, is there anyone here that expects anything more than Marsh to be that side of the platoon? And he had a good end to last season. After he had the terrible start to the season,
Correct.
He was a good player in that platoon. I'm perfectly happy with him in that role. I think if at the end of the season we're talking about how good a season Brandon Marsh had, we're probably not talking about how good a season the Phillies had. Because it's going to take someone a little bit more important to that team than Brandon Marsh to be the reason why they win.
Unless he started seeing the doctor that Paul George saw, then maybe. But other than that, I don't see anything there's going to be much difference as far as Brandon Marsh is concerned.
Brandon Marsh is the version of himself from last year. Cool. Yeah. Works for me.
11 home runs. And, yeah, you're right. He had a terrible start.
Horrid start.
Yeah. That was ugly. So he deserves a lot of credit for bouncing back. And the law of averages, kicked in there. I'm with you. I'm not going to make too much of a case for Brandon Marsh.
No.
Now, Crawford looks like he could be a difference. Crawford could be a guy, again, definitely don't want to get ahead of myself here. At
least a Wall of Famer, if not a Hall of Famer.
I'm just saying. So far, looks pretty good to the eye. You know, and look, for all the AAA lovers out there, I am not one of those guys, okay? I didn't catch many at-bats from Justin Crawford last year. So we're looking at limited appearances so far. But kid looks good, and if the expectations are as low as they are from the 9 spot, I think he could exceed them. Stolen bases is a question mark. Because I see some numbers being tossed out there, 50-plus. That's a high mark.
That's a high bar for him to cross, but that's not going to hit for power, and they just want you to get on base and cause some chaos. I mean, are you going to be more locked in as a pitcher throwing to Turner coming up after him, or are you going to be more locked in on keeping Crawford on base?
It's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a solid spot. We'll see. While we're talking about the Phillies.
Is he on your fantasy team?
No, I didn't.
You don't want any of that 9-hole?
Nah, I'm all right. I got Connor Griffin, man. I'm in a good spot. You know, I think I might deal Turner, actually, because I've got Connor Griffin.
Gotcha.
A bit of a logjam at shortstop for me. With all due respect to Trey Turner. Coming up, something that happened that's massive for this show yesterday. Massive for the future of this show. We will talk about it coming up next.
Ooh, that's
very, very important for us as a group to get into this. Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays at Marks.
Wake up with honest opinions and no BS.
Not about the breaks. The breaks are fine. Not the bathroom
I
situation.
think there's some
around here.
situations that are happening with the pipes.
Yeah.
Because that's not normal.
That's gross.
Well, the good news is Jim Antes, the leader, walked over sales department leader,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. He joined me walking in, and he go, whoa!
Okay, so we're going to get someone to take care of it.
Correct.
Yeah.
There was some backup in the pipes.
Jim going to make the walk over to Paul's office, and then everything probably going to get taken care of.
Clean up on aisle 4 type deal.
Clean up the entire that bathroom. That's gross.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So sorry, everyone. I hope you're not still on your lunch break, but
No.
yeah, just
Look, it's not the only place that has some issues. It's a big building, right? It's a big building.
It is. It is a big building. All right. I want to get to this. We're going to get Matt Breen from the Philadelphia Inquirer coming up at 1 o'clock. I'm excited to talk to Matt. We have not had Matt on in a while, and he's great because you can just kind of bounce around. He's going to have a take on everything. You know who was the first person that said that the Eagles were going to have 14 wins in 2024?
Who was that?
Matt Breen.
Really?
He was laughed off the air by Bob and I. Bob and I were like, you're joking. You don't actually think coming off of the 2023 season, this team is going to win 13 or 14 games.
That's fair.
And we were like, come on. He's like, no, this is a good team. Just look at this team. They're going to be able to figure it out. They got a good club.
14 wins, a little bit better than good.
Yeah.
I think he needed to be beating his chest a little bit more on the phone with you.
He was beating his chest that day. No,
Good
it
for
was
him.
very impressive.
Yeah.
And he did bring it up to me recently. And I was like, hey, you were right on that one, Matt.
That's a heck of a call.
It's a great call
You're
by
right.
him.
As you said, the collapse that leads everything there.
Yeah. So he was on top of that. Obviously, spring training, we're going to ask him, former Phillies beat writer. I'm sure he's missing being down in Clearwater around this time, given what the weather's been like around here. We'll jump around with him. Look forward to talking to him at 1 o'clock. But the big thing that happened yesterday that we have to address, because it does impact the future of this show. Did you see Otto Kemp go yard?
Did I?
Oh, can we hear it? Can we just hear Otto Kemp sending one over the fence?
Otto Kemp up for the second time. And here he lifts one in the air, deep left center, going back on it, Beerling to the track, and that is gone. Onto the berm, and Otto Kemp with a home run to get that run back. It's his first home run of the spring. And the Phillies now in front 3-1.
Ooh. Crisp.
Man. Courtesy of NBC Sports Philadelphia there with that call, the home run. Scott Fransky doing the call there. Woo! Man.
Yeah, T-Mac was in left field bleachers, so, somebody
T-Mac
had to
was
call
about
the game.
3/4 into the afternoon at that point.
My man.
But, all right, so Brandon Marsh is the X Factor for MLB Network, and Otto Kemp hitting homers. Do we have too much talent in the outfield? Have we officially – and Justin Crawford's a future Wall of Famer. Adolis Garcia is a Swolis Garcia. Like, now at this point, do we have too much talent in the outfield, Sean Brace?
Well, look, it's tough sledding. Somebody's going to have to sit the bench every once in a while. I thought Otto would have been on the outside looking in. I know he was going to get his opportunity, and we're having some fun here. But,
right. We're having fun here.
Bottom line is, this is a huge deal for, of course, the man who's down in Disney, as he is officially the only one in the Otto zone.
Right. And I wanted to play this today because I almost felt like we'd be running from the truth if we didn't acknowledge what Otto Kemp did yesterday. And it's important for John Marks and for this program to be a beacon of consistency.
Yes.
And we would have done probably multiple segments on Otto Kemp today.
The voices
if he
you
was here.
trust.
Right. We would have done multiple segments.
Beacon, that's a word I've never used before.
Never once.
I don't think so.
Really?
It's a good call by you. I like that.
You've never once used beacon.
I'm going to have to slide that one in.
Yeah, but hey, listen, I'm glad that I could mart something here.
Not bacon, beacon.
Yeah.
Right.
Bacon, I think you've used once or twice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a few times.
Yeah, just a few times.
Love some bacon. But yes, I would say, all right, what is your outlook as far as Otto Kemp? Now, came up, nice player, didn't really grab my attention too much, but obviously this organization values him. Yeah.
Oh.
So, okay, he's going to get some run. He's going to get some opportunities. Ideally, where does it happen? How are you seeing this play out? Let's say April, too. Give me the month of April. What are we looking at with Otto Kemp?
He's the other side of the platoon with Marsh.
Okay.
To start the season.
So we're splitting righty-lefties.
Yeah. Mashes lefties. Let him mash lefties.
Could he potentially take the baton and run with it a little bit more if he continues to do a little exactly what we just heard?
I would say the only chance he gets to go full-time is if someone falters. if Crawford comes up here and falls flat on his face, and they're like, all right, we need Marsh at center. Like, all right, Kemp, you're the left fielder. God, I can't imagine that. I mean, Garcia's bad. I don't know what they're going to do.
Your thoughts on his glove in the outfield, Otto Kemp?
So I think I said it 2 days ago with regards to, I said it with you Monday about, I was talking to someone in baseball about outfield defense for the Phillies, and they'd stop me and were like, you do realize who played right field for the Phillies the last couple of years?
That is correct.
So, yeah, if he provides enough in terms of pop, they'll make it work. Phillies went to a World Series with Schwarber in left and Castellanos in right. They went to a World Series with Burrell in left. You know, like they haven't exactly, they've before been able to win with poor outfield defense.
8 home runs last year.
Broken kneecap. Don't forget that.
Jeez. 197 at-bats, 218 plate appearances, played in 62 games.
So,
broken kneecap.
Fractured kneecap. Yeah, it couldn't have been comfortable for him. So, we'll give him a chance.
Yeah, you think? Especially when you give me a little bit more like that.
Yeah, after a week of spring training, Justin Crawford, borderline Wall of Fame, Hall of Famer, and Otto Kemp, potentially a 30 home run guy.
Well, this is spring training.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what we always do every year.
I'm enjoying it.
Oh, yeah.
This is why we do this.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're working on spring training.
And, by the way, spring training means absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I remember Ryan Howard one year. This is a story I always go back to, and I just remember he was ripping the cover off the baseball in spring training. He always struggled in spring, and I'm like, see, this is what's going to happen, and it didn't come to fruition that upcoming season. And, look, all I know is that you want to see these players have positive springs, but that doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to translate into regular season. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And you know who we can talk about the spring with?
Who's that?
Matt Breen.
Nice.
Comes up next for you. We got Matt Breen coming up to start the 1 o'clock hour. We got a couple of things I know you've seen today because, believe it or not, people are talking about the Eagles. Is that the case? People talking about the Eagles?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have a great cut from a coach who was with Mannion over there in Green Bay, and something he said up in Indy caught my attention, specifically talking about the quarterback position. So
we'll get into that coming up alongside Sean Brace. I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays with Marks.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Wheeler's throwing off the mound. I'm Brandon Dutz, and Zach Wheeler is officially throwing off the mound as he works his way back from injury down in Clearwater. Scott Lauber joined Kincade and Salciunas this morning to discuss his timetable to return.
They've been pretty guarded about putting out timelines for Wheeler. I would tell you from everything I've heard and from people I've talked to and from talking to Zach, it sounds to me like it's going to be closer to May 1st than it is to June 1st.
Sixers return home to take on the Miami Heat tonight after blowing out the Pacers on Tuesday. Joel Embiid is listed as probable, and you can listen to the game right here on The Fanatic with pregame coverage starting at 6 o'clock. Flyers lost to the Capitals in their first game back from the break, and they are back tonight against the New York Rangers. You can catch that game on our sister station, 93.3 WMMR. And the NFL Combine rolls on as drills begin today for linebackers and defensive tackles, and we'll keep you updated with any news surrounding the birds. This report is sponsored by TireRack.com. Rain or shine, drive with confidence on Vredestein tires and Tire Rack. Vredestein tires deliver precision handling, dependable traction, and quiet comfort. Shipped fast and free with 2 years of free road hazard protection. TireRack.com. I'm Brandon Dutz on the home of the 76ers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic app.
Weekdays with Marks. It's brought to you by Morgenstern Hair Restorations. Great teams stick together, and so does great hair. Morgenstern Hair Restoration Championship results. Visit morgensternhair.com or call 610-831-HAIR. Love our YouTube chat for a lot of reasons.
What's happening over there on those streets?
Because we were having fun in the last segment about how right now Crawford's at least a Wall of Famer, if not a Hall of Famer, and that Otto Kemp's now 30 home run guy.
All right.
We got Crawford is a cross between Ichiro and Ricky Henderson.
Yeah, that's something.
We got Andrew Painter is kind of like Roger Clemens.
Painter's starting on Sunday.
Yeah, that's right. Painter is Bob Gibson. You know, I mean, this run we're going down here is quite fun.
But here's the thing. Every fan base is doing this about their team right now.
Oh, I know.
And that's the fun part. Well, look, the Dodgers already won the World Series. YouTube chat tells us that every day. Like, we already know that. They hand them the trophy. We're not even playing the season for a reason.
Right.
So right here, right now, at least maybe we can get a banner out of doing some things at spring training well.
You want the Grapefruit League banner?
Oh, I'd love one. Now, didn't the Phillies just pick up their first win?
Yeah, no, they've been struggling. If you look at team results,
even get that.
If you look for team results, you're not enjoying spring training.
I'll tell you what,
the good thing is no one does.
A grapefruit banner would look really cool on the wall.
No.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's a great logo.
I was against the 2023 banner.
Are you more of a grapefruit guy or a cactus guy?
More of a grapefruit guy.
Okay, yeah,
sure.
same.
Yeah, more of a
Better
grapefruit
baseball
guy.
being played down there.
Oh, I thought you were just asking me between the two things. No, I'm more of a grapefruit guy. Not much use for the cacti in my world.
Love it.
All right, let's go to the hotline here and talk to a man that I always enjoy getting a chance to catch up with. He does a tremendous job for the Philadelphia Inquirer. Read his story on the Catholic League Championship.
Hey now,
Father Judge winning that game, and he just does. I mean, all these Philadelphia-based stories. I'm going to ask him what he's got cooking right now. It's a Philadelphian that understands Philadelphians. He works for the Philadelphia Inquirer. He's the one and only Matt Breen joining us right now. Matt, how are you?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Doing well. I was talking earlier about how you called the shot on the 2024 Eagles. So I do want to see.
That's on the resume, Matt.
That's on
gotta
the resume.
Look, how did you sniff 14 wins out after collapsing the year before?
Well, they had the two new coordinators, right? And like people, and then now it's easy to say like they had Saquon Barkley, but I just felt like people like didn't realize that they had Saquon Barkley.
Yeah,
it was just felt weird, and I remember. Ray remembers Bob Cooney laughed at me. He said the day of the Super Bowl, Matt Super Bowl, and before the game started, I texted him. I said, "Hey, I'm just letting you know, I remember this." And he's like, "I know, I remember it too."
I want to see if I can find this text because I remember just laughing at it as I was getting ready for post game. Like, yeah, Matt had it, and Bob shouldn't take all of it there because my mic wasn't on. I was just sitting in the producer studio laughing.
Oh
at
yeah.
you.
When you say that, you're definitely getting a side eye from everybody that's not on the mic, even to people behind the scenes. But and Matt, real quick. Great job, great piece on the Delco Baseball Laboratory on that 16-year-old that made throwing 101 miles per hour look a really, really simple and easy. But that was a tremendous write-up over at the Inquirer. Nice work on that one.
Thanks. If only they had the lab when we were in high school, right?
Man,
We'd be throwing 101 too.
Maybe I might be able to get it to like 72, 73, maybe. 101, that was pretty easy by that young man.
Oh, I'd be in the
totally
system right
insane.
now. I'd be in the system right now. You guys be talking about me down at the Grapefruit League. We'll get into some spring training in a second here, but I want to get your perspective, starting out with the Eagles and everything going on with A.J. Brown. Obviously, we've seen the lean go back and forth between the two sides. If he's going to be here, he's not going to be here. In Matt Breen's mind, how does this end with A.J. Brown and the Birds?
I feel like it ends with him gone, but it just, you read every report, and I know Schefter's been on the morning show like the last 2 weeks, and he flip-flopped, it seemed like, where it was going. But I just think there's enough smoke that it ends with him going elsewhere. Everything A.J. Brown has said, even if he's like, at the Super Bowl, he said, "I love the Eagles. I'm looking forward to the offense." It's like, well, we've been around the professional athletes enough to understand that almost everything they say is calculated, and they know what they're saying. So it's like everyone's saying the right things right now, but I would be almost stunned week one if A.J. Brown's on the Eagles, and that's just from going off of what Jeff McLean's reporting for us and Schefter's reporting. Everything you read and hear, I feel like you see this. We've all seen guys get traded. This is usually how it plays out, and it's just a matter of when it happens.
Now, when you talk about AJ and of course the deal and all the ramifications and everything that comes along with that, the fact that I can make the case for all teams out there, do you believe that if Howie does make this move, which I think we're all in agreement will eventually happen, that he's going to get a ton in return back? Where do you think that starts? Is it picks? Do you think a player's coming back? How are you viewing this right now, Matt?
Usually very rare do you see player for player trades in the NFL. So it's probably a package with a pick, and you hopefully that's as high as a round as possible you can get. But when contracts are involved, it's a first round pick. I wouldn't even say is guaranteed at this point. It's rare that a team gives up, especially a premium first round pick for another player. So I think it's some type of package with a draft pick being the main piece of that package, or draft picks and multiple. And then you have to pivot. You take away A.J. Brown, what do you do next? How do you supplement that from your roster? And obviously the drafts is an easy way to go, and that's the obvious way. Or is it in free agency, and who's the guy in free agency that you go after? There's options. I mean, they're not. I don't know where Mike Evans is in his career right now. Kind of seems like almost in the same boat as A.J. Brown, of a guy that's probably had his best years are behind him at this point. And then you go down the list. I was looking at the list last week, and Wan'Dale Robinson is towards the bottom of available free agents. And it's I was talking to a guy I work with. I'm like, I know you're going to laugh when I say that, but I'm like, I don't know. He's had some moments. You can make that work. They just have to get creative. If A.J. Brown is on the team, they have to get creative to fill that void, because obviously that replacement is not on the roster right now.
We're all talking about a replacement all off season, and I haven't got a chance to catch up with you since we saw them reshape the staff. And obviously part of that is Stoutland going out, part of that's Mannion coming in, and Patullo obviously making the exit that we all anticipated that would happen. When you look at some of the coaching carousel conversations we had this offseason about the Eagles, what do you make of what they did with the offensive coordinator and how they're going to be able to reshape this offensively?
Yeah, and I just I'm sure you guys didn't know much about Sean Mannion before he became a name, and then next thing you know, he was hired. But we can definitely talk myself into Sean Mannion and the offense and where he comes from, who he's worked under, and the tree that he falls from. I always thought they needed to get more creative, and he comes from a creative playmaking tree, and he's had some signs of creativity in Green Bay and has success in Green Bay. So I wanted a football mind in that spot, and I think you can make the case that that's who they hired. Obviously, it's not a proven name that you knew, like a Mike McDaniel, a guy that was at the top of the radar of he's obviously we know who he is and we know what he can do. But I think Sean Mannion has a chance to be that guy. I don't think when they hired Kevin Patullo last year, no offense to Kevin Patullo, but I was not. Oh, wow, that they just hired, the next great football mind. It just felt like a safe pick as an offensive coordinator, where this hire at least has the chance to be what 2 years ago Kellen Moore was, and get this offense a little more creativity and mix things in and be able to react as the season goes on and adjust to the way the defenses adjust to you.
One more from Matt here on the Eagles side of things, right, if you would not mind. Let's talk defense. Jalen Phillips. You think they work him in as far as the deal is concerned? And if they do make that happen, Matt, the expectations we should have for Phillips, right? He's brought in here. If they're going to give him a contract as far as free agency is concerned, he's got to get after the quarterback, right? And where are you at as far as a number comfortable putting out as far as production for that upcoming season if Jalen Phillips is back with the Eagles?
It's going to cost a lot, because that position in the last, 3 years, I feel like all of a sudden edge has become the position on defense. It's almost on a scale. It's like the quarterback spot on the defense. It's such a trend now in the NFL to have these dominant edge rushers, and there's such a premium spot on defenses across the league right now. And this guy, remember the Packer game? He can take over a game, and he knows Vic Fangio's defense. Vic Fangio is obviously still here. I think it would be great to bring him back, but it's just going to come back to the salary cap issue, and can you afford to bring him back? They have these young guys on defense they're going to have to start paying. So curious to see what his market is. It's not going to be cheap. He will be one of the top paid free agents because of the skill set and because of where he plays. And that position is in football in the last few years has taken such a premium for teams and roster construction, and everybody wants an edge rusher that can take over a game. So it would be great to bring him back, but I'm curious to see if they can actually afford to bring him back.
All right, let's switch gears here. We're talking about Breen of the Philadelphia Inquirer. Obviously, I imagine you miss the warm weather of Clearwater this time of year and everything that comes with that. Do you miss the fact that you were not able to spend an entire offseason trying to figure out the back and forth between the star player of the Philadelphia Phillies and the president of baseball operations? What do you make of the Harper-Dombrowski back and forth?
It's great drama. Like from when you're covering the Phillies, in all honesty, you love to cover stories like that because it gives you something to write. It gives you something to talk about. It's just that's what you need in spring. You need stories to keep it going down there. And from afar, I just thought it was fascinating to watch it from home and to listen to the questions that are being asked of Bryce Harper at his first media session and his try to dissect and read between the lines of what he's saying and then see what happens next. It's just, to me, I feel like it's almost like a loser leaves town match where I do not see these two guys, together in Philadelphia for the next 5 years. I don't think that's going to happen, especially if this season doesn't end with, World Series or successful October. I just think, and I don't think Bryce Harper's going anywhere because John Middleton at the end of the day is in charge. And John Middleton knows that what Bryce Harper means to the franchise and what he means to Philadelphia and how much he loves Bryce Harper. So, and he already said that he's not going to let Bryce Harper wear another team's uniform. He wants him to retire as a Philly, go into the Hall of Fame as a Philly. So I would say if this continues, that this would be, and this season falls short, however so, and then next thing you know, there could be a lockout next season. I think this would probably be, the end of the line for Dave Dombrowski, where he would just pass the baton to Preston Mattingly, his GM, and it just that was my initial takeaway from listening to what Harper said, that it's getting to a point where there's going to be a change eventually, and I think this would probably be the last season of that.
Now, going to the idea of Bryce Harper, when you watch the player that he's been and watch the season they had a year ago, are you concerned about where the rest of the career? Because the question that Dombrowski poses is whether or not you can get back to being elite. Maybe not something you pose, but is it a fair question to ask about where Bryce Harper's at right now in his career?
It's fair because he had a down season, but he's also young. Like, he's been around forever, yet he's still in his young 30s. So I feel like if he didn't have 15 years in the big leagues, you wouldn't be pondering if he's still elite or not. But your mind gets warped because you've seen this guy forever. He played against Cole Hamels, and he's still in the majors. So it's like he transcends two different generations of baseball here, yet he's still young, and because he came up so young. So I think it's fair to wonder, just because he had a bad season, and it's like, is he going to bounce back from that? But he was injured. There's a lot of talk about who's batting behind him. He also had a really poor approach at the plate, too aggressive, swinging at those pitches outside the strike zone. That everybody talks about him not getting pitches in the zone. Well, it's like, well, you were also swinging at them. So I think he will be fine. I think he is still an elite player. I think he will bounce back. I don't think everyone's like, he's going to use this as motivation or a chip on his shoulder. It's like, that's fine. I just don't think he needs that. I don't think there is. I think he's self-motivated enough to be where he is that I don't think he needed, a kick in the butt from Dave Dombrowski to have a good season. I think he will be motivated enough on his own to have a good season. And yes, he is still an elite Major League Baseball player.
All right, last one for you, Matt. You nailed the win total back with the Birds when they won the Super Bowl. So to give some good juju here to the Phillies, do you have a win total for me ahead of this season?
Well, they won 96 last year, right?
Uh-huh.
And Fangraphs has them at 86. And kind of feel closer to 86 than 96. And it's almost impossible to not make the playoffs because of the third wild card and teams tanking, or teams just not interested in competing. And but I could see them in a spot this year, if the Braves are good and the Mets are good, that they are fighting for one of those, for the second or third wild card. If the bottom of the NL comes up, like if the Pirates can win in the 80s and the Reds are winning the 80s and the Brewers are winning the 80s, next thing you know, the third wild card isn't just a guarantee anymore. So I put them at 88 wins, and I have them in a competition for a wild card spot. They win one, but it comes down to the final 6 days of the season.
Oh, man. Oh, Matt, you're killing me here. You're killing me. You're not wrong.
Sorry.
I'm not telling you that you're way off base. I'm not laughing at you this time.
Good for drama.
Yeah, good for drama. There you go.
That's by the way, Vegas odds makers have come in 89.5 is the number here. So he's got him at 88.
Slam the under.
But what I would also say to that, Ray, is you know exactly where I'm going. Remember when they went to the World Series? They won 87.
Yep, that'll make me feel better in September when I'm trying. Battling with the Pirates.
Yeah. Look, you had me sold except for the Pirates situation, Matt. Like, with all love and respect, the Pirates, they'll be shutting Skeens down right around August. So I'm not banking on them 180. The Reds, though, watch out for the Reds. And I said a little bit about that last year, but you have to believe that they have good manager in place, of course, some good players. I could see them actually putting up some wins this year.
All you got to do, if they win, if they're above 500, they're right close to 87. So it's like all you have to do is these teams that have been terrible for the last 5 years to just be competitive. And now all of a sudden, a third wild card spot could get close.
Yeah, like the Pirates had like an all-world shortstop that's coming from their system. Maybe that would help them out.
Yeah.
Hey, man, Ranger Suarez was the first inning as a Red Sox. Connor Griffin taking him deep. Second inning as a Red Sox.
Pretty funny.
Good to talk to you, though, Matt. We appreciate you making the time for us and look forward to talking to you down the line.
Great talking to you guys. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Matt Breen of the Philadelphia Inquirer joining us. And I didn't feel better after that with the path he walks down with the Phillies.
I think it's a realistic path.
one. Yeah. It's not one out of the realm of possibilities.
I'm not talking about the Reds, and I'm a Tito guy, and of course they have good pitching. De La Cruz is a stud. Like, there's some pieces there, but putting that to the side, focusing on the Mets and the Braves, and I think that's where the conversation starts and ends. Do you really bank on both of those teams being good this year, better than the Phillies? I don't. I can't sit here and say, like, yeah, is that a possibility? Sure. I'd be surprised if that's how it plays out. I do. I think that this team is good enough. The piece they're in place,
a really good
they're a good club. I didn't say really, but they're a good club.
We have a good club.
They have potentially. So that's interesting. Yeah, Topper said really good club. Dombrowski said good club.
Well, yeah.
So where are we at?
This is the progression of the offseason.
Okay.
This is after you lose to the Dodgers.
We have a good club.
Okay.
This is after you bring back JT.
We have a good club.
Oh,
And this is as Rob Thompson gets himself ready for Clearwater.
We got a really good club.
That must be in the notes. You know how social media people put out there,
That's
like,
in my notes.
we're going to use words? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Really good club.
I think he just wanted to get really encouraged at the end there. You know, it's like, it's the closer you get to going down to Florida, it's the better you feel, I think is what it was, what it came down to for them.
I'm a month away.
I know, you told me. I'm jealous.
I still feel a little sluggish right now. I got a new TV being delivered, though. How about that?
You're feeling sluggish. Can we get into that for a second?
Yeah, I'm feeling sluggish.
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping, Ray. It's been a rough week.
Not any carryover from, I don't know, but any, exhaustion from Monday?
No.
Or Sunday?
That's out. That was out the system immediately when I got home.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, you had to carry me, but regardless. No, look, that was a fun night, and look, I didn't have my normal routine, aka food in the morning, so I was feeling it a little bit there. But no, this has been a tough week. When I cried to start the show, nobody wants to hear me cry anymore, but I will do so real quick.
It's okay. We have a different audience. The audience turns
right.
over. They didn't hear you cry to start the show.
My wife has been gone away, and I know that the people that have kids can feel my pain. And if you don't have kids, it's like a turnout, and we don't want that. But
well, yeah, I'm 25. Anytime I say I'm tired, nobody wants to listen. So I can understand that.
Like when parents complain about having the daily jobs, the chores that you have to deal with as far as kids are concerned.
Right.
Like, that doesn't register for you.
No,
point
not
blank.
at all.
Here's what I'll tell you. The most exhausting part of my day this week, it's not the 3:30 in the morning bottle.
No.
It's not that. It's not the changing of the diapers. That's normal. That's every minute, every day, whatever. Eat, sleep, poop, repeat. That's it.
Correct.
What it is getting my 6-year-old daughter ready for school. That's it.
Yeah.
That hour, I want to lose my mind. Literally an hour it takes me to get this girl ready for kindergarten. Now, you might say, Brace, you got to do a better job of being a parent. I'm telling you right now, fill in the holes, break down the tape. I'm doing everything right. I'm telling you, I'm trying my hardest. I'm timing. I'm giving her options, 3 pairs of socks to choose from. The girl is just so dialed in, changing her mind. It's so crazy how sophisticated she is dressing for kindergarten. Dressing, Ray. She's 6. Not even. She'll be 6 on Sunday. But to get her ready, 8:45, out the door. The door's open 8:55 for Concha Elementary. I'm losing my mind this week. The toughest part of my day.
Toughest part of your day.
I got to put the kid in the car seat, drag him out to the car, start the car, get it all warmed up, get her in the car.
I mean, it sounds difficult.
It is.
Sounds like a lot.
It is.
I also am not a morning person, so I imagine it'd be just
Well,
absolute
neither
hell
am
for
I.
me.
Do I strike you as a morning guy? Because I'm not.
But I feel like once you become a parent, it's not are you a
No.
morning person? It's are you going to survive the day? And unfortunately, surviving the day begins your day really early.
It's just a lot of coffee.
Right.
A lot of coffee.
A lot of coffee.
And
little-
Red Bulls,
yeah.
Celsius.
Red Bull gives you wings.
That's it. Need a little bit more of that.
Yeah. All right.
I'm fighting, baby. Fighting a good fight this
You're
week.
battling. You're battling. I appreciate you battling. I want to entertain you coming up. We've got some quarterback news in the NFL we'll get to just because I find it quite interesting. And I know you've got a draft take you want to get out there. So
Oh, yeah.
We'll hit the quarterbacks hard, but I also want to go after a specific quarterback's Jalen Hurts perspective because it was one of the funniest things I think I've seen on the internet this week to listen to this specific quarterback come to the defense of Jalen Hurts because he's trying so hard to defend him and still get his little wait moment in there. I think you know who I'm talking about.
Got to keep it real.
Yeah. Yeah.
He keeps it real.
Keeps it real. Sure. Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays with Marks.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
What will happen with A.J. Brown? I'm Brandon Dutz, and this update is brought to you by Morgenstern Medical. This February at Morgenstern Hair Restoration, when you book a hair transplant, you'll receive a full year of Nutrafol absolutely free. Call 610-831-HAIR or visit morgensternhair.com. The trade rumors are still swirling around A.J. Brown, and Matt Breen joined the show earlier and shared his thoughts on the star wideout being moved.
There's enough smoke that it ends with him going elsewhere. I would be almost stunned week 1 if A.J. Brown's on the Eagles.
Sixers are back in action tonight against the Heat with tip-off set for 7 o'clock, and you can listen to the game right here on The Fanatic with pregame coverage starting at 6 o'clock. Flyers lost to the Capitals and will try to get back in the win column tonight on the road against the New York Rangers. The Phillies are currently tied with the Nationals thanks to a solo home run by Bryson Stott. This report is also sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's new Lux Value menu has 10 lavish indulgences, including the new mini taco salad, all for $3 or less at participating Taco Bell stores. While supplies last, price and participation vary. Tax extra. I'm Brandon Dutz on the home of the 76ers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
Middays with Marks. Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. I got a bit of a conundrum before we get to the quarterback conversation.
All right.
We got a couple of different quarterback things coming your way. I got an email, actually. The Phillies do a really good job of hitting me while I'm craving baseball. You know, it's a month till opening day, and I'm just fired up for the idea of baseball being back in my life. And they sent me an email with the, hey, you want some baseball? You interested in some baseball? We got some baseball for you.
It's baseball season, Ray.
That's right.
It's baseball season, boys.
And I'm right now
Go Phillies. Woo, woo, woo.
ready to go. The ballpark pass is back.
Ballpark pass is back. What's the ballpark pass?
$125 for a standing room ticket to 15 games in March and April.
15 games.
15 games.
March and April.
March and April.
Okay,
So I assume you're not getting opening day. That would make sense not to let you in opening day.
Okay.
That means 2 weekend games against Texas, 3 against Nationals, 3 against Arizona, 3 against, I'm assuming, the Cubs, 3 against the Braves, and 3 against the Giants. So
you can go to all those games.
All those games.
For $125.
Correct.
It's a no-brainer.
It is a no-brainer.
It's cold, though.
It's cold. It'll be I'll warm up.
No.
I'll warm up.
It's
Trust
cold.
me. I'll warm up.
It's cold down there at the ball yard during the month of April. Yes.
It is, for sure. I'll be all right, though. I'll survive, probably.
Yep.
The issue is, for me, I would get the one, like, if I get one ticket, is it just me going by myself? Because I would think to get the second ticket, but the idea of getting the second ticket, you limit your pool of options with people you can bring because it's people that want to be at the game for the baseball because you're standing.
Yeah.
Standing in the cold.
Yeah, when I was your age, I made it down to a lot more games than I do right now, and I would imagine your friend pool that you will be able to hit up and say, hey, I got an extra who wants to roll.
Right. So I'm buying 2 tickets, what you're telling me.
Yeah, I think that's a good call if you can afford it, and it's not too pricey. I'm not speaking out of tune here.
I mean, I think $250. I could, I'm not exactly swimming in it right now.
It's a good
but
deal.
It's a good investment for
it's
me.
a good investment. Yeah, I'll even take you up on a game.
All right, I'm in on that. So what you're telling me is I got to buy now.
Yeah, I think that's a good get. Nice work by the Phillies, especially
I love this pass.
How expensive everything is. It'd be nice if they threw a dog in there every once in a while.
Give me the beer. This actually might be this might include opening day.
How about that? Yeah. Give me the beer. Yeah, you're right. The $16 beer is just as good as well.
Right, yeah. I don't. You don't know this about me. I actually don't buy hot dogs down there anymore.
No, see, I'm a sausage and peppers guy. Right,
right
right behind
too.
home plate.
Yep, absolutely.
Go
Amy
to it.
Fadul and I, that's the only thing we eat down there.
Really?
Yep. I am out. Ever since that dog went, I was like, I'm never buying another hot dog down there.
Yeah, I'm just not a hot dog guy. So, sausage and peppers, boom. Now I get a little something extra.
Yeah, it's good bang for your buck.
Good bang for your buck, and it's such a good smell. You walk in. Oh, yeah. And you hear that. You want to talk about sounds of baseball with the spatula hitting the flat top? Right behind home plate. Ice cold, let's go.
All right, that's it. I know what I'm doing as soon as we get off the air.
Little sausage and peppers action?
No, I was going to say buying the ballpark pass.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that too. That too. 15, what? Let's do the 125 divided by 15. That is...
I was going to say 250. It's 125 plus 125. That's what I thought you were asking.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for breaking that one
I'm
down.
here for the math.
Appreciate that. $8.33 per game. So then I can afford to buy a beer because then it's like $20 a game. About $25 a game. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Works out for me. All right, couple of quarterback things. I want to start with I see someone put it on the board in front of us. Was that you that put it on the board?
No, I didn't put anything on the board. I don't know how to put anything on the board.
It must have been Dutzy.
You can put it on the board. Yes. It's a great call. You want to call some baseball in your life, Ray? Have you ever called baseball?
I did a summer in Summer Collegiate Ball down in a small town, North Carolina.
Where we're at, North
Edenton, North Carolina.
West or east?
You've heard of the Outer Banks.
Correct.
I spent the summer on the Inner Banks.
Oh. It's lovely to see.
Town of 5,500 people, and everything closed at 9 o'clock.
How do you get the Cape Cod nod? How do you get the call to go up there?
Probably should have started that whole process earlier.
Yeah, probably.
I was offered an unpaid summer.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Sleep on somebody's couch.
Pandemic summer in another North Carolina town. Yeah. I mean, I spent the summer with a host family in Edenton. I got paid, though. But I was offered an unpaid summer, pandemic summer, 2020, down in North Carolina. And there was just too many moving parts. I was like, I just can't. So then after my junior year of college, I went and did the summer in North Carolina. And then all of a sudden, it's kind of like being a baseball prospect where, like, once you hit, like, 25, they're like, I don't know if this guy's going to make it.
Yeah.
Like, once you're a senior looking to get into it.
Yeah.
And I did have an opportunity to go up to one of the Yankees farm teams as the number 2.
Nice.
I was just a little set on staying around here and didn't take that opportunity and instead ended up at the Fanatic a couple months later.
Baseball's probably 4th out of the 4, if you could call. It's a
for
long.
you?
It's
it
a
would be
long
1 for me.
It'd be 1.
1. It might have dropped to 2 because I've enjoyed doing basketball so much, and I do like the fact that I could keep baseball as a fandom thing. But it would probably be 2 to basketball.
That's a long night at the office.
Yeah, but
day after day, that's a grind.
Man, prepping game notes where I'm sitting up in the press box and my office is looking out at the ballpark. Oh,
yeah,
I loved it.
I'll go. That's you know what? I'll put it in front of hockey, but you know.
I loved it.
I think soccer might be in front of all them because there's a clock in soccer that's pretty quick.
And
yeah.
I've enjoyed calling soccer as well.
No commercials. Keep it moving, baby. Yep.
I don't know, man.
So you want to be in sports?
Yeah, exactly. That's
well, it carries over because parents know this about their kids. Somebody told me a long time ago, like, yo, if your kids play sports, make sure there's a clock involved.
Right.
You don't want to be involved with these.
Well, now you do in baseball.
Competitions, all that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's at least slowed it down. Yeah, sped us up a little bit, but a little pitch clock action. But yeah, I would love to do baseball.
All right.
Yeah. Talking to some people actually over the last couple weeks about some baseball stuff.
Make a wish.
As in?
No, I didn't know. You're getting a phone call. You're going to go down there.
No.
Oh, gotcha.
No.
You never know. Just wondering. I wish upon a star that I could one day call a Major League Baseball game.
No, I wasn't doing any sort of wishing. I was doing more of a
Understood.
connecting.
Hey, look, man, your star is bright, Ray. We were telling you at dinner on Monday. Keep shooting for it, my friend.
After a lot of, after quite a few.
That's it. Yeah.
All right, let's get to the quarterback conversation. Anthony Richardson cleared to seek a trade. Good for the Colts. Good for Anthony Richardson.
Always a disaster when these things shake out, right? Because you look back at what they had to do to get him in a uniform, and did they give him a fair enough shake? I think so, but I also didn't believe in when they drafted him either. You know, like, this is what it comes down to. It's like, man, like, you continue to dig yourself a hole and drafting Anthony Richardson because of, a few good games at Florida. And I was high on Anthony Richardson because I remember I had a Heisman Trophy ticket through 4 games of his. Yeah, that didn't work.
That didn't work.
Well.
No.
But the 4th overall pick was a complete reach. You knew that he was going to be a project, and it didn't work out. I'm all right with saying, okay, time to move on, but what exactly do you expect to get in return is the question I would have.
And I don't have a good answer for you on what exactly that return would be for them. But I know that someone's actually our YouTube page, I guess Austin back there, future Eagle Anthony Richardson. For a backup, I'm good on that one. If you end up trading Tanner McKee, I'm not good because I don't want to go through that conversation. But I'll leave that one alone. Other quarterback news, you want to get into a little Ty Simpson.
Well, look, it comes down to this. One of the things that hit me when you start talking quarterbacks, and especially the NFL draft, and we're here, is quarterback conversation and how always a quarterback gets bumped up that has no business being drafted where they are.
Correct.
Case in point, Anthony Richardson, 4th overall. He had his moments. 4th, top 5 pick. Come on, man. Ty Simpson is one of those guys for me. And it's funny where now you see a lot of mock drafts, which we all kind of felt like was going to be the case. I believe 1.5 was the number of total quarterbacks drafted in the first round. You got to take the over.
Always.
Yeah. And you just look at what Ty Simpson has done in, albeit his young career at Alabama. But it's funny because you start to think about the quarterbacks that were there at Alabama and some of the things that they were able to do over the years. And I know that Jalen Hurts started in Alabama and ended at Oklahoma. But if you look back at his numbers, he started 42 games. His teams went 38-4 in those games. He had over 9,400 yards passing, 80 passing touchdowns. He also had a little over 3,000 rushing yards, 43 rushing touchdowns in his collegiate career. Yet he was a second-round pick. It's just funny when you go back and look at, how that played out. How did they miss? How did the NFL execs miss on Jalen Hurts?
For the same reason that half of our audience wants him replaced by Tanner McKee.
Well, some people are football minds and get paid to do it. Others are just fans.
That's what I mean, and not half for audience. I don't mean to take a shot at our audience on that one. I just mean that overall, like, I think people miss out on it because people look at, they're like, all right, I need the guy with the rocket arm. I need a 6'5" dude. Like, that's what they look at. Everyone goes to what's the prototypical quarterback. And that's, I think, where you end up walking down that line, why they miss on it. You've been taught this is the way it's supposed to be, and that's kind of the way you do want to be the one that takes the risk that loses your job.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe I was looking at his arm strength going, it's a little lacking there in that category, but he did bring a lot more to the table. Obviously playing in both of those systems, right? Going to Oklahoma and being a good quarterback in that system, knowing what we knew in Alabama, the success that he had there, not trying to make too much of a case about the success that they had as far as win-losses are concerned, because you know what you're up against with that. But all in all, Jalen Hurts, they missed the mark on that. And the numbers were there, and you see a guy like Ty Simpson where people are starting to make the case for him. I'm just like, what? No, not buying into Ty Simpson. Not at all. And you could sit there and tell me that it's a good move for the Pittsburgh Steelers because who else do they have? I don't know, man. That's a tough spot because I don't believe in the quarterback, so therefore I probably would not spend the draft capital to select him there. Now, am I saying you got to go get Geno Smith, as a starting quarterback or some of these quarterbacks that could potentially be there as far as veterans are concerned? No. But you got to figure out who's going to be your quarterback for the upcoming season.
Go.
There you go. Exactly. And that's how all roads end up back at Joe Flacco. You're right.
Go.
You're right.
All right. Coming up, we got the YouTube chat recap, and we will get you the Cam Newton, man. Talking Jalen Hurts. He's defending Jalen Hurts in a way that only Cam Newton can. Alongside Sean Brace, I'm Ray Dunn. This is Middays Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic.
No hot takes, no rage bait, just the truth.
caught the fever, man.
What, Rage Against the Machine?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know me.
Can I call it 20? I got to call it 20 real quick.
Yeah, 20-second
timeout.
Timeout.
The ABS nonsense that we're already seeing. I was ranting about this yesterday in the timeline, and it just hit me as we have spring training on here on the television screen. Aaron Judge, Yankees playing. It's a disaster. It's a disaster waiting to happen.
Is it?
Yes, because of the limited challenges that teams will have. And they're going to run out of challenges, and it's going to be what type of show in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning when umpires are missing calls. The fact that it's not an automatic strike zone, it's just we need to get there. It's obviously in the works. You could see it in the distance. It'll probably happen next year, I would imagine. It'll probably hold up. No, we don't need it. Let's do the challenge system so we can do this song and dance. Did you see yesterday the Yankees went 6 of 7? It's just it's nonsense. Just you need an automatic strike zone.
Okay, so it's a disaster in the sense that we don't need to trust the umps anymore, is what you're saying.
For balls and strikes, no.
Okay.
Balls and strikes, they're out there on the plate. You got to have the automatic strike zone. Have to.
We're going to get there.
But that's the problem. I don't need that. We need to skip this. We're going to get there and get there already.
Yeah, we're going to get there. We're going to get there.
Commissioner Brace, lock it in.
We're going to get there.
All right.
We'll be all right. We will be all right. We will get there.
I don't think so. I'm telling you.
You don't think we're going to get there?
No, we're going to get there, but we're not going to be all right.
We're going to be all right.
Because the nonsense in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning when teams are out of challenges, and I'm looking at Philly right now.
Oh, because they were terrible the first game. 0 for 2.
We're going to be out of challenges. Balls are going to be right over the middle. They're going to be called balls.
All right, so let's bank the show sheet now. Who is the first player that we're upset for the way that they used their ABS challenge?
I want to know the rhyme and reason. I need to know more of how they're allowed to use them.
Alec Boehm, you use one once a month. Brandon March, you never use one.
Who's telling Harper he's only got a limited amount
That's
to
what
use?
I mean.
Yeah, nobody.
That's what I mean. Harper has a lot of them. Schwarber has a lot of them. Turner, probably decent amount. JT will probably unjustifiably get a ton of them.
Well, he's a catcher. He should.
I mean, at the plate.
Understood, but you can't doubt the catcher eye, even at the plate. I trust
I'm
his eye over.
I'm all right. Thanks, though.
All right. The rook, Crawford gets none.
Crawford, you get absolutely
Yeah,
nothing.
you got to earn your keep.
You got nothing.
All right.
Who else? I would have been. See, this is the one thing where I will miss Castellanos because this would have been a massive problem. It would have been like if this was here last year and Castellanos was trying to be petty.
No, see, I think Castellanos comes off like Chris Sale did the other day, where he was like, "I'm not going to use them. That's what the umpires are for. I'm not going to challenge any of them."
Castellanos strikes me as so Harper gets to use all the challenges? Are you kidding me? Schwarber gets. I'm a star player too. Why don't I get to use the challenges? That's the way it would have come across.
I just feel like automatic strike zone is still there. You don't want to lose the drama, but you will still get the drama. You would still get the drama with the automatic strike zone. Remove the umpire from behind the plate. Let's keep it moving. And even the calls out in the field will be challenged. So you can have the umpires out there. We know what's happening. Like, this is in the distance. We can see it. It's not that far down the road.
They're trying to find a way to justify the umpire here, and it's just not. I don't think it's going to end up working.
The umpires proven their worth, and that's fine, but it's a new day and age. That's all. You got to keep up with the Joneses, as they say.
All right. Well,
Look at the PGA Tour. PGA Tour is going to go through some changes. They're going to be adding, I think, a major. That's my big take. People probably want to disagree with me on that.
All right.
I think they add 2. I think we get 6 majors.
6 majors?
Yeah, watch. Everything's changing.
Everything's changing. Yeah. Man. What a world. What a world.
Slow down, baby.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm change. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah. 6 majors. That's another weekend where I'll be like, oh, golf's on.
I was reading. Yeah, see, you're not a golfer.
See, but I also think it's been kind of mischaracterized by John. Of
you
like,
don't play?
I hate golf. No.
How do you not play golf?
I've played.
It is.
But I don't. I work this time slot 5 days a week.
Doesn't matter. You got a weekend.
I didn't before.
I love golf. I eat, sleep, and drink it. I miss it. I can't wait. I look forward to my annual golf trip every year, heading on to Myrtle Ray, where I get to watch the Sixers get eliminated in the playoffs every single year.
That just happens to be that weekend.
It's
every
that
year.
weekend
It's the
second round every year.
Well, you haven't been bothered in the last 2 years.
Exactly. And you know what? Full story, true story. I haven't been able to go the last 2 years.
Oh.
Because of the baby.
Of course.
So I'm back, and I'm better than ever this year.
I'm perfectly fine with golf.
Doesn't sound like
I
it.
just don't do a lot of the
Sounds like you're anti-golf.
No, I'm pro. I'm generally pro it. I'm just not pro it in the sense of like I know of this like 15th golfer that's going to end up winning this.
No.
You know, yeah,
I'm
like
not
that's.
I'm
yeah.
talking about playing it. Talking about getting it out there.
I'm fine playing it, but you know, like
getting the great clubs around this area.
Unless I'm going with like my grandfather, my brother, like waking up for like a 7, 8 o'clock tea time. I'm not really.
Right. Well, that's a good thing. Yeah, play with your family, right?
Yeah, I like doing that. We do a lot of par 3 down at Cape May. I'm not doing the whole.
Ooh, par 3 down at Cape May. All right,
Yeah, that's the spot.
That's fun.
I enjoy that.
I like it.
All right. Cam Newton said you can't trade Jalen Hurts. We ran out of time for that one.
I don't even know who the guy was.
Yeah, Filippone. He works in Pittsburgh. He's a Pittsburgh radio.
So why is he getting burned on
he's
this?
getting an opportunity to go on first things first.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
He's friends with
of course.
Parkins. Yeah.
There it is.
They got him on there.
Yeah,
All right, let's
great.
get to the YouTube chat recap here.
I'm glad you know
It's
that.
time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in? Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
What do we got?
Does anyone else think Dutz messed with the cameras to try to make himself look taller? Brendan from Promotions.
That's a good one. Wouldn't shock me. Dutz is crafty.
He is crafty.
Wouldn't
Crafty's a
shock
great
me.
word for him.
Look at that quad.
Still taller than Robin, though. I'll tell you that much.
Ooh.
So say whatever you want.
Wow.
That's fair.
Rodman in the shiesty. I still got a picture of him in the shiesty. And how many percentage of the audience? 100 people. How many people know what a shiesty is?
I'd say 54%.
All right, it's the mask that you wear over your
Yeah.
head when it's cold. Covers everything but your eyes.
I like to think we try.
Also illegal in some spots.
Don't eat that. Yeah, it is. For some reason. Go ahead. Go with number 2 here.
Dutz is sitting on Rodman's booster seat from yesterday.
Oh,
Fran
Dutz.
from the YouTube chat.
Dutsy taking some shrapnel.
Yeah. I'm surprised that we haven't gotten like the whole hair conversation yet.
Oh, we'll get
Gone
there.
through-
So, don't you worry. We'll
So
get
is
there.
this an entire YouTube chat recap dedicated to our usual YouTube producer?
I like it.
Yeah. I'm in on it. I just want to know if the people are all feeling Dutsy today.
I would imagine there's going to be a take on the Loeb talk.
Yeah,
I would
probably.
hope,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'd hope Loeb talk got in there.
I think Dutz can take Bill in a tickle fight. Ray from the host chair.
Thanks for the confidence, bud.
I am disgusted that someone even thought that thought would come through my mind. So I have a lot of reflection to do now that was attributed to me. Please, give me the next one.
Ranking the updates, I'd go Trish first. She's Duran. Dutz makes me nervous, so he's Matt Strom. And Sean Rodman is Jordan Romano. Spriggs from the YouTube chat.
Wow.
Oh, Dawood.
That's
come
bad,
on.
man. That's bad.
Man.
I thought Robin did a solid job
Yeah,
yesterday.
man.
There was an audio tour that we had a little bit of a malfunction on.
I
but-
always focus on the positives, Ray. Trish is very good.
Yeah. I like Rodman. I like Dutsy.
Yeah, sure.
Even when he's not here, he catches
Are
strays.
we
I mean, poor
trading
guy.
Dutsy? If he's Strom, are we trading Dutsy?
Ooh.
Matt Bowen, I don't know.
Kansas City's lovely this time of year,
There you
buddy.
go. Is it warmer
it.
down there? Less snow?
It's not as nice as you would think in terms of weather. But go ahead.
If Brown is traded, it won't happen for 3 months. He shouldn't be traded at all. It is a ridiculous concept. But if, we can expect 3 more months of this talk. Kyle Fisher from the YouTube chat.
Yeah, that's kind of where, unfortunately, I'm at with this. Like, it makes more sense to trade him at post June 1st.
Yeah.
Financially. I don't really want to do this conversation until June 1st.
I don't think we will. It will always be on the back burner, but come on, folks. Let's put things in proper perspective here. The combine's going down. Sirianni spoke yesterday.
Oh, yeah, no.
Howie Roseman spoke yesterday. Vrabel is gushing over the man he is. Like, if you're not talking about, it's the story of the NFL.
Correct.
It's the story. Like, what are you talking about? What do you want? You don't want to talk A.J. Brown? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the story.
It is the story.
It is the story.
In the NFL.
Correct.
Which is the number one sport in this country.
Right.
I know everybody's been hockeyed up, but it has not taken NFL as far as hierarchy right now. So A.J. Brown is something you're going to get.
And at this point, the hockey talk is not even hockey talk.
How about those Flyers? Welcome back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I feel the Cubs not coming home.
Hell yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
1 year.
Is talking about how they're not good enough, but trying to do it in a nice.
I watched. I tuned in last night. It was a tight game into the third. What are you going to do?
Just not good enough.
No, not good enough.
That's the YouTube chat recap. Thank you so much, Dutsy. Good work
No
today,
Loeb
Dutsy.
talk. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, no Loeb talk. We'll try and get some Loeb talk in tomorrow. You never know when
I think
this
it was too quick for that liking. It all happened so fast. Went from bald head to
I got
Loeb
Loeb,
talk.
a lot of Loeb texts coming in.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
And even somebody texted us and said he's still operating down there. They can get a nice cut.
Shout out, Lou. All right, that's all we got today. Thank you, Sean Brace. I'm Bray Dunn. We'll talk to you again tomorrow right here on Middays with Marks.